What's good? What's good, everybody? It's Saturday Night Nerds live streaming podcast, and we are on episode 3. Oh, Emperor Will just dropped in, so I'm gonna add him to the stream and make sure his audio's good to go.
Yeah, it was good.
What's up? What's up? We got Blake in the
Not much,
house.
man. Chilling.
How's it going, fellas?
I was just, hey, I was just here, man. Just like if y'all need me or anything, I'm here. So,
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Chef is picking up his kid, and he should be here shortly. Cam is coming too. I'm not sure if Thomas is going to make it. He might be at Lexington Con right now.
Yeah, lucky.
Really lucky, man.
Man, I've seen some pictures today, some videos of it's done, said and gone, and his videos and pics. Man, it looks like a great time for real.
Dude.
yeah.
And Sam
like
Raimi, I want to see Sam Raimi so bad.
That's exactly why I wanted to go.
Yeah.
That is like one of my favorites, top 5 for me.
Yeah, for sure.
There was another like voice actor that I really loved that was going to be there too, and I think Thomas is going straight to meet him.
Who was it?
Who exactly? Voice actor from? Oh, this is going to kill me. I need to look this list up real fast. Okay, so
have y'all heard where they're cutting Kit Harington out of the Blade movie now?
Dude, I'm wondering. I kind of saw it coming.
Really?
I was like, they have a lot of explaining to do with Blade, so I'm like, if they push him along on the timeline, and he's like really experienced vampire hunter, then I could probably buy him being in the movie. But if they're going to do like an origin story,
yeah. Well, I thought maybe they could at least do, because at first, and I still don't know exactly where, because I think they completely rewrote a lot of stuff. But with them going back in time, it was supposed to be like way back in the old days. I thought we might get like a storyline and character build up leading up to that, and then maybe we end at the movie kind of like where we did at Eternals. So we're still wondering, but we actually get kind of where the Ebony Blade and Blade has actually crossed paths, or at least he knows, what it has to do with and stuff like that. And that way, I don't know. I just thought we might get something like that, but yeah,
I'd be down for that too.
Yeah,
I do like the casting choice that they made with Kit Harington, because he's got the physical part down, and he's got plenty of fighting experience,
especially with the sword.
Yeah, so it's a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see more of that. I'm really, I know a lot of people didn't care for Eternals and whatever, but I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a great storytelling movie. I didn't go into expect it to be an Avengers level movie or nothing like that, but I think they did good with it. I like it. I hope they do bring some of the characters back that got killed off, or at least variants or something of them. Right. Because some of the characters I really liked, got killed, but overall I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was bad at all.
Yeah, I'm a Gilgamesh fan, so it's
yes. That was my favorite, actually.
Oh man, I love watching them fight. They handled it so well, but people are just gonna tear Eternals up and rip it apart.
Well, look at them right now about Quantumania. Don't get me wrong. Okay, maybe the worst part about that was MODOK, but I mean, MODOK never was a serious thing, anyways, to look at or to take. But other than that, man, I think Quantumania was great. A great debut for Kane. Exciting post-credit scenes. What? I don't know.
Dude, they handled the Kane Council so well. I would believe people if they say Jonathan Majors carried the film, but they're saying even Kang is pretty bad too, and I don't
man. I feel like I don't even feel like neither one character's really carried the film. I feel like obviously we didn't get King a whole lot up front, but if you want to, I think it was a good balance. I feel like between Paul Rudd and Jonathan Majors, I feel like they both carried the movie well equally.
Yeah, I definitely appreciated Paul Rudd's performance. I was proud of Hank Pym too for this movie too. His chemistry with Janet gets better over time.
It does. It does.
Yeah. And
Janet, I feel like could have brought a little bit more to the table. Michelle Pfeiffer, but and I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Right.
But oh well, it is what it is.
I'm fair game. And Danny, if you're in the comments, I got a little present for you. So I don't know if you could see it, but I'll try again once I see you in the comments. But tonight we're pretty much talking about Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Yeah.
Some of the latest episodes of Mandalorian season 3. And then we'll talk about Anime Con coming up on Saturday and Sunday, which SNN will be making an appearance. And we might be able to get maybe like 1 or 2 friends to come by and show some love as well. But other than that, we got about 4 of us on the panel for this weekend, and that's going to be real exciting. So first convention. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having us. So without further ado, I want to run that theme song.
Is the best thing what? Exactly.
Man, I just love that.
Thank you.
I do for like it's good. Like soon it starts off, but then when that beat kicks in, you just get going.
Yeah, Will heard it on bass headphones for the first time like a couple of weeks ago. He was just like,
"It hits. It hits."
Yeah. Why is it growl like that? What's going on? We're probably going to keep that one for a while. Actually,
yeah, I love it. I do.
I have no complaints. Yeah, Will is saying that he's hooked on it. It's just like,
yeah. Who created that for y'all?
Oh, my cousin. His producer name is Miyagi taught me. So, and we had to pronounce it like that too. So
Nice.
He sent me that for a couple bucks, and I was just like, bet.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially for a couple bucks.
And if we upgrade, we're probably we'll have to go for something crazier than this. So
yeah, I mean, it's setting the bar pretty good right there.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to keep this a secret for a while, but I'll go ahead and let you guys know if we do go for a new theme song. I'm probably going to have somebody like Metro Boomin make the instrumental, a really well-known producer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got plenty of options, but it's just like I'm willing to pay for it. So,
oh yeah,
whatever price they charge, just send me something hard.
Presentation's everything. So,
yeah, absolutely. So every year we got to upgrade.
It is. Oh man.
Let's see. So, first topic for tonight is Shazam: Fury of the Gods. So, this is the follow-up to the Shazam series for DC Films, starring Zachary Levi, and he is playing the role of one of my favorite DC characters of all time. But before I even speak on what I saw, Blake, you're more than welcome to share your thoughts on what you liked about the movie or what you disliked.
Yeah, man. Not a huge DC fan, but I will tell you this: I enjoyed Shazam 1. It was fun. It was lighthearted. I didn't go into expecting no huge continuation, serious thing or nothing like that, and I enjoyed it. The second one, I feel like topped the first one. I feel like it did. I feel like the costumes was way better. They look more. I mean, they look more tougher, more sleeker for sure. They didn't look so cartoony,
Right.
but man, I don't know. The comedy, CGI wasn't bad. The storyline, I like how they brought in some some Greek goddesses. They stayed in the whole Greek realm thing, and it was a storyline that wasn't really adapted from the comics, and I think it was done well. I enjoyed it. I have zero complaints. Literally, when I walked out of there, I was shocked, and for the first time ever, I walked out of the theater saying, "I think I'd come back to the theater and see this again on a DC movie."
How many times have you seen it so far?
So I haven't went back and seen it yet, but I actually going to go see it again this week one night. I'm not sure which night it is, but I am. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's worth it.
It is. I think Zachary Levi, man, does a great job portraying a teenage kid. Now that Billy's 17, I feel like he's portraying a little slightly too much immature, but it's still fun. It's still great. Still makes you laugh. So if you don't think too hard into that aspect of it, I think it works. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I love how Mary doesn't change now. Give us more Mary.
Mary is supposed to be in a rumor for getting a spinoff.
And I'm here for it. I will support that.
I got time for that for sure.
Yes, for sure. She's a great actress. She really is. Her character was portrayed well, and I ain't gonna lie, she's easy on the eyes. So
yeah, she is. It's like stole my soul. I guess that's why they try to give her the least amount of screen time they could give her, because would be stuck on her and not care about Zachary. So.
Yeah, I mean, if these characters are real, she existed. I would still throw myself off top of a building for her to save me. So yeah.
Like, oh my God, my hero.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like, as far as like the villains, you think that they hold up pretty well?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was the youngest one. I feel like it was pretty easy to call right off the bat that something was up with her. I mean, I know it didn't show her when it showed the first two when they're in the museum and they get to staff. But just automatically you get a weird vibe, especially when, there's a kid in this generation named Anne. Nobody names her Anne nowadays. So something's going on. I think about 2 minutes of screen time, I'm like, all right, I'm pretty sure there's a third sister. Sure enough, that's what it was. But even though it was kind of predictable, I'm okay with that because once again, I go into it looking for it to just be a fun movie to watch. And it was really fun. There's some great one-liners. Got back to the old nostalgia of Skittles Taste the Rainbow.
Yes.
Some good old modern day ambrosia.
Ooh, gotta have ambrosia.
Yeah, I know. I think it was great. I would like to, even though there's a possibility we may not get any more Shazam movies. I would like to see them continue this, even if let it be an Elseworld thing.
Absolutely.
I want to see more. I do.
Dude, Elseworld is perfect.
Yeah, I think so too. And it doesn't have to worry about interfering with what James Gunn's building up new now. Just like the Blue Beetle, that's coming up in August, I believe. And I think that's supposed to be an Elseworld type thing. And if that movie does great, makes money, let that keep it Elseworld. I mean, you don't have to do something that's all in the same continuity, especially if it's something that the fans love. Now, what really shocks me is how are they saying it's doing? Do you remember, like, money wise?
For Shazam 2?
Yeah,
I think I heard something about it's lower than Morbius right now.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I see the comparison on the memes and stuff, and people are posting lower than Morbius. I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed it way better than Morbius.
I did.
I don't feel like there should be no comparison on this, even with Morbius being a Marvel movie. I know what their big downfall is, it was Sony, but I don't know. And Morbius, not to get on that track or anything, wasn't just completely 100% awful, but there was a lot of things I think that could have been done differently with it. But I think Shazam should do way better than Morbius. I did not walk out of Morbius saying, yeah, I'll come back and watch that again. And matter of fact, I've only seen it the one time I went to theaters. So
there's so many people discouraged because of that won't go to the theaters now. It's like, yo, you wait for streaming services, you're missing out.
Yeah, actually, I take that back. I will go see Shazam 2. I do know. I'm actually taking Danny because Danny's like, hey, I'm probably gonna wait on streaming services to see it. I'm like, no, I promise you. So he's like, fine, take me. But yeah, it's good. I think you are missing out if you wait for streaming services for this movie, because there's enough action, there's enough great CGI going on in it that it's more than just one-liners and comedy. And the special effects and just the dragon, man. The dragon you have to see on big screen.
Hands down. It's the surround sound and everything. You gotta
yeah, for sure. And I do love how they went the whole wood shake thing with the dragon. That was pretty cool. I really liked that. Because I guess that dragon was do I remember correctly that the dragon was kind of like formed from the tree of life, or no?
I think he was born in that garden, and his job was to protect the garden.
Yeah,
he's just.
But
so I think all of that like encompassed with him.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I know he was guarding something, and now she's using him to eat people and burn stuff down. So.
Yeah, I am glad that they did do and evolve the character of Billy Batson, as in taking forth leadership, and he did the whole self-sacrifice thing. I'm really glad they did do that instead of just continuing on with the immature whatever. So I think we're actually going to see if we get another Shazam movie, I think we will see it completely evolve Billy Batson and mindset and how he's leading the team now and everybody. And I think that would make it, another great movie once again, because now we're done with this immature fun stuff. There'll still be some immature things, but I think it'd be a whole different movie as well.
Yeah, these are like some of the best stories of Shazam. Like when he's a little bit more mature and he's just like, I got to go in and hurt something instead of just like, let me goof around and figure out what the problem is. And then it's like those Shazam stories are still good too. But when he gets serious, it's really, he's like a different kind of hero. And
nice.
A part of that kind of led to his misunderstanding with Superman, and they ended up fighting, and he almost won. But as a Superman hater, I'm always going to say Shazam got the W on that one. But
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm good with that.
That would make a great third movie, if anything. Like, I know they can't use Henry, but for whatever reason, like Henry versus Shazam.
Well, let Henry come in for an Elseworld movie. Don't even let him be the new DC Superman, but let him come back for this Elseworld.
Right.
That would be great. I think that would work, and I think he would do it.
And Henry, I'm expecting him to be in maybe Flash, just because they're using his Zod. But they do have Supergirl in the movie as well. But I think when Flash starts messing with the timeline, he's going to start seeing a lot of different Batmans and different suits.
Well, plus they should have probably already had Henry's place or part filmed, but before he even separated from that. So I think there should be a good chance that we get to see him in that.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet he's going to make it at least a post-credit scene, if not in the movie, which is going to freak people out. But.
Yeah. Oh, people are going to go crazy if he's in there. Just for the simple fact of what's happened lately.
Like he could just be in an office chilling as Clark Kent, and then he sees his cousin. It was like, oh, hey, Kara, and it's just like,
right. That would be enough right there, honestly. Man, I'm anxious to see the Michael Keaton Batman and see how they take his role, because we're seeing a lot of him in there, and then you see him with the cowl off, and it's showing him pretty rough and old, man. So I'm really anxious to kind of see where they take his character and how they're going to do his role in this.
Yeah,
he maybe carries the movie. Who knows?
with the way the trailer has it set up, it's
Yeah.
I'm expecting like a Batman movie with some Flash appearances. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah. And honestly, it may be okay that way. That may be what works and makes that movie money. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, and that could go either way with the Ezra Miller stuff going on. So,
Yeah, the complaints are going to be hilarious to read after that.
oh my God, yeah. Or the memes. There's going to be so many great memes out there after that movie.
Yeah, it's going to be like The Flash is actually a Batman movie or something ridiculous
Yeah.
like that. I'm expecting it full blast.
Oh, for sure. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, once again, me not being a huge DC fan, the trailers have me intrigued for the Flash. It really does. And it could easily be sloppy, because there's so much stuff thrown in there. But it's definitely intriguing for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about the trailer. It's just like it seems like it's going to be a messy movie, then it seems like it's
Yeah.
going to be a Batman movie, and it's just
Yeah.
like I don't know if I fall in love with it or just hold off just a little bit longer.
I wish they would throw a Zachary Levi scene in that.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be great.
So apparently there was some shade thrown at Black Adam in the Shazam 2 movie. I don't know where, but
I have heard something about that too, but I've not had time to read the articles. But yeah, I love at the end when that post credit scene when the Justice Society where he's asked to join that, and they throw in Justice Avengers or something, or what does he say?
He
Avengers Society.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't know why, but I really love that name. Man,
they had so many different puns going on in that movie, like the OG actor that plays Shazam on television. He showed up.
Yeah, Billy Batson.
Yeah, he's
the
like,
short guy.
What is my superhero name? And everybody yells out.
Yeah.
He says the right name.
Yeah.
He's like Captain Marvel.
What's crazy to me, it being a DC movie, and when they threw out the Avengers Society name, it almost seemed like they were pulling more, saying Avengers or Marvel's better than DC, which shocked me because he was just excited and going on about that name. So, and maybe I'm thinking too deep in that because I'm more partial to Marvel, but I'm like, they weren't like bashing Marvel. They are actually welcoming that name, saying he likes that name more above all of them. So that kind of, I don't know. I love that Easter egg that was thrown in there though.
Yeah, you tied that to like the outburst about his actual superhero name. It's just like this movie's been like poking fun at Marvel the entire time.
I would have loved it. Did they say this, or they may have not said this? But I would have loved if they threw an Easter egg in there, be like, what's a good name? And they'd be like Captain Marvel or something like that. Dude, because that's originally, what am I wrong? That's originally what the name was before Marvel took the rights to the name or something.
Yeah, and let me see. Shazam wasn't even the word that he used, I don't think, originally.
Oh, really?
I might have had that mixed up with the Greek gods situation that went down, but
yeah,
the Captain Marvel name change had me messed up for a while. So
yeah, because I mean, I think that new Elvis movie, that was, as a kid, that was his favorite character actually, and I think it was called Captain Marvel then, but it was actually the Shazam character.
Yeah, I've just found out that Elvis was like a Shazam fan like a year ago.
Oh yeah, well I didn't know it until that movie came out. When
right,
he's wearing that lightning bolt as a necklace and reading the comics. I was like, no kidding,
like,
this is awesome. Elvis was a nerd too,
big time.
Not just a music nerd, but comic nerd.
He could have gotten on the show and talked about this movie.
I know.
But
he could have been a special guest.
Like, we'll dig him up real quick and get him.
Hey, some people say he's still alive, man.
You're right. I don't know if that was Mad TV or like a Tom Green show where somebody died in an Elvis suit and they had a bullet hole in his ass cheek. That image never left my head.
That's great. Oh man, I don't know. I think the movie is great. And all of us that went to go see it too. When we all got out, we sat there and talked for 45 minutes right outside the theater. Yeah. And there was not one negative thing said amongst all four of us, or 4 or 5 of us, having it went. But
Yeah, on like a scale of like, well, actually, I would say like a report card. You give it like a B or A.
Man, I give it a strong B plus. I do a strong B plus. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, man, I would give it a good 7.5 probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really do. I mean, yeah, it was great. It was fun.
I'd probably go ahead and give it a B plus too. I'd say solid A personally.
Hmm.
But I need to calm down because I know I'm a little bit biased for Shazam, but the B plus is more realistic for
Right.
DCU standards. And the movie raised the bar high for DCU films, so
Yeah, I love in Demon. You know, like the
no,
Wizard. I love him in anything he does. He's such a great actor. And actually, I liked him with the long dreads and the crazy hair. But it was
right.
great just to see him at the end, clean shaven with his goatee that we see him in a lot of things, and walk around seriously just styling.
Snazzy. He is so
Yeah,
snazzy. Like, come on, let's go.
for real.
And he's such a powerful character too. So seeing him in the third movie is going to be nuts.
Well,
If
here's
he
another
gets
thing.
it.
If they want to do another spin-off of this movie, there's so many spin-offs they could do. But they could do a spin-off of him just in modern day, enjoying, the world and learning new things. Like you could literally do like a 6 or 8 episode spin-off with him, and it would be great and fun.
He has a decent rogues gallery too, so that'd be a great watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
And he interferes with a lot of Shazam's dealings on a daily. So if you can always do some cameos with Zachary Levi, and or you could just grab somebody from Zachary's rogues gallery and just throw them in the Wizards movie. You'd be okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another thing Will just said in the comments that I will never forget now is how he accidentally walked into the women's bathroom, but he didn't accidentally just kind of tiptoe in. That he went full force, and they realized where's the urinals at, and then realized, oh, this ain't the guy's bathroom. He came out with a quickness.
I've never seen him move that fast. He floated out that bathroom.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa. He's like,
Oh,
oh
man.
Jesus, please don't arrest me. I'm good. I just had to go pee.
Creating core memories together.
Like, dang. He cracked me up too because he wanted to be here to tell the story about how we got back to Cape Girardeau, and just the whole ride there. It's dark outside, and it gets quiet in my car, and I look over to my right, and he's just slumped. It's like, did you die?
Is he asleep?
Yeah.
Oh.
That instant, I freaked out. I was like, "Yo, somebody just shot him. What? Who killed this man in my car?"
Well, hey, he wasn't like that during the movie, so that says something right there about how good the movie was.
He did die a couple times. I was like, "Oh no, what do I do? It's a corpse sitting next to me."
Do I go in and watch the movie first, or do I call 911? Or do we do a weekend at Bernie's and just carry him on in and just sit him with us to watch it until the movie's over with?
Leave him in.
Put the sunglasses on. Hey, there's Cameron.
Cameron's coming in.
Finally. Oh, dang. Sorry.
Whoa, what are you looking at there?
I guess I didn't realize, 30 minutes. Dang. Yeah, all right. I'm sorry I'm late to the party.
Hey, nice of you to join us, Cameron.
Yeah.
Guest in this episode.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Thank you, our gracious host, full-time member Blake.
Yeah.
No. I lost track of time. It happens. But what I missed so far.
We're just talking about Shazam.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So still your favorite DC movie, Blake?
It really is. I'm not even gonna lie. It's my favorite DC movie to date. It really is.
Hands
And
down.
I don't think I've ever spoken so much on a DC movie until now.
True. You spoke. Yeah, nothing wrong with it, but yeah, I've heard you talk about it on your podcast, and just whenever, if we've been, and nothing wrong with that either, because I love Shazam too, the story and just I didn't have a problem with like the pacing. I didn't really have an issue with anything a lot, and I also really like because David Sandberg, he's directed horror too, and he did a really good job making the monsters look like just grotesque and just horrifying for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could tell me, you couldn't tell me like before that movie came out, like we're gonna have a dragon made out of wood, and I'm gonna be like, well, this is gonna be stupid or corny, and then when that thing comes to screen, you're like, holy crap!
It looks,
you're like,
it looks
yeah.
I mean, it's different, but it works.
Yeah, it definitely works. They did amazing with that.
So, on top of the Shazam Fury of the Gods review, we were kind of telling some stories about Will's exploits.
Oh god! Do I even want to know? Do I even want to know?
Well, remember the women's bathroom scenario.
This is like a quick second, like went into the women's restroom by accident, then like 10, 15 seconds, like nope, gotta go in the other one.
He floated out that bathroom.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's a good thing that no one was in there and be like, oh, get out!
Cancel him. Cancel Emperor Will.
Well, I guess if he would have stayed in, it'd been more like Empress Will.
That's true.
Empress, princess, maiden. Yeah.
But no, he came out like a man and went back into the mill. He's still emperor, so we're good.
Right. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Dude, he'd put on a wig and just be like, "Yo, I'm selling perfume."
Would you like a mint?
Jesus.
Oh, I didn't know it was this fancy of a theater, man.
Oh man, this is super bougie. What is
yeah.
going on? Yeah, there was also the part where he kind of passed out a lot that night. So on the way to Cape Girardeau, we were mid conversation and it would just go quiet. And I looked to my right and
just tired, just worn out. It happens.
Chin is in his chest, slumped. I'm like, God.
But he didn't miss he didn't miss too much from the movie, I wouldn't think, or like any at all.
Dude, he fought his way through that movie for sure.
And from what I remember Will saying the night, he liked it a lot too. I don't think he said it was his favorite, but he didn't have too much to complain like Blake. But yeah.
It was a lot of hating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just really sad that there's no reason why people shouldn't be going to see this. They're just not for some reason.
Yeah, definitely not a movie you want to wait for streaming. I mean, there's too many great scenes, CGI.
Right.
Like you were talking about the sound. I mean, like all of it. You definitely do not want to wait for streaming. Like it's definitely worth going to see in theaters.
Right. Even though that they just announced, I think earlier this week, that it's coming to streaming soon, like digital service sooner than people were expecting. Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on, Ben?
Hey, Ben.
Ben is in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Stewart from Comically Inclined.
All right.
Human relations specialist and fact checker.
There we go.
Reliable. Yeah, so what was your thoughts on Shazam Fury of the Gods, Cameron?
I love the first one. It was, out of everything that was coming out when Shazam first came out, it was different. It was lighthearted, and it's what DC needed at the time, and it was great. And this one, it just added to it. It just took what the first film did, and it just amped it up for sure. Like we got to see a little bit more like the super kids, like the old versions of them, but we still got a good amount of like the kids, especially Freddy, because Jack Dylan Grazer, I think that's his name, Freddy. Yeah. He's great. He's actually he's really good. Him and Angel Asher, they're amazing for sure. As well as like Grace Curry as Mary, who did double duty as Mary and Super Mary. Yeah, she did great, and even she wants to do her own movie now. I'd be for that,
and she should
absolutely
support that.
Very Marvel. Lucy Liu was a badass. Lucy Liu is always a badass.
Yeah, always.
But no, she's definitely a badass in this, along with Helen Mirren. I was I knew that I figured that Rachel was going to be a sister to them, but I thought that she was going to be like a runaway. I didn't think she was going to be like all in, like, let's get the seed. I thought she was going to be like a runaway. Like,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I forgot about Helen Mirren being. I love Helen Mirren, man. That woman, like no matter how old she gets, like she still brings it, and she's so versatile. Because I mean, she's also playing in the 1926 series, a spinoff from Yellowstone as well, and she's still in that row. But she's a great actress.
I'm gonna have to watch Yellowstone.
Oh man,
everyone talks about Yellowstone. I haven't watched it myself, but
I'm telling you, y'all are missing out. So like, I don't watch a whole lot of TV shows unless it's like nerd related or whatever, because I just don't have time. And I didn't actually even watch Yellowstone, my first episode, until after the 3rd season came out. Finally, I'm like, one night, I'm gonna give into it, I guess, and watch this. Man, I stayed up 13 hours straight and didn't go to bed till 4:30 a.m. because the first 3 episodes of the first season is kind of like getting you to know the characters, getting to know who they are, why they are who they are, and then once that does, boom, it takes off. You talking about just addicting? It's probably one of the best TV shows I've seen in 10 years.
From what I keep hearing from everyone, it is really good. It would probably take. If anything, I'd probably wait for it to end for me to like try to watch it. It may not just be for me, but from what I hear, it's really good. Especially since we got like the Cowboys, the Cowboy convention coming in June, July.
Yeah, Cowboys and camping outdoor show, and we have 4EJ Smith that plays Lloyd on Yellowstone coming to do meet and greets and autographs and pictures. So very
nice. That was me for. I started in The Walking Dead like as season 6 was going on air, and I just was like could not stop watching once I started the show. So
I love The Walking Dead.
Oh, for sure. So do I. I still need to finish. I'm so behind on The Walking Dead in general because I need to get caught up on that, on Fear, on the other shows.
But I still haven't watched the full last season, I don't think. It's one of those things that it's just I keep forgetting about it, to be honest with you.
It happens. I mean, if anything, I've always just like try to binge watch all 11 seasons of it, and because but no, but back to Shazam, I thought it was just amazing. Definitely like one of the better ones like from the last couple of years. Granted, I still love the Batman is still like my favorite, like one of my favorites for sure, along with this. So, but I really liked it for sure, and I know we're probably not going to get anything after this. Just because of like everything going on with Warner Brothers and DC,
we deserve to though.
We do. They do. Zachary Levi, all of them.
The whole cast.
See more of them. Even if we get just like a JSA movie with Zach Levi or Shazam 3, where they try to actually fulfill on the Mr. Mind and Savannah like tease. So just give us more Shazam. Give us more Zach Levi because we love Zach Levi.
Yes, Lord. This made up for killing Dr. Fate. So I forgive DC for that now, just because of Shazam 2.
What do you guys think about like what's been going on in like the news? Because apparently Dwayne Johnson had the option of like cameoing in Shazam 2, but instead opted to have Henry Cavill in Black Adam.
Huh. That's probably something of what you were talking about earlier. We weren't real sure about it, but some stuff going on about that. I don't know, man. I like Dwayne I love The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I do. One of my favorite, what made me like be a big fan of his was the movie The Rundown when that came out with him and Sean William Scott.
The Rundown is a really good movie.
That hands down will always be my favorite Rock movie. Now as he's gone on, there's movies he's done I feel like he shouldn't have done. But as in like all of these wrestlers being actors, I feel like he brings the most to the screen. John Cena's starting to kind of get there, but he's still got some more steps to take. But man, after watching Black Adam, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was kind of let down, and I feel like he's very salty about this whole situation.
Yeah, he is.
Well, it's partially because of like how the movie did, like in the box office, as well as like James Gunn just like basically scrapping everything going forward. But
I don't think he brought it fully in acting to Black Adam. I don't think his acting was the best.
It could have been better. It was
No.
more dry. I mean, he also wasn't like, because Dwayne Johnson likes to play like these charming, like very charismatic, suave, funny characters. He tried to emote Black Adam as best as possible, just like dry, just like
Right.
merciless, like it's just cold face, like no emotion hardly. He did like have some like funny moments, but he wasn't trying to be funny. It was more like the situation, like
Right.
when Fate asked him, like, "You killed him already, didn't you?" And the body dropped, and he's like, "He didn't make it." That was a little bit of a funny moment, but yeah, no, I know Black Adam. I still enjoyed Black Adam. I still like Black Adam a lot. It could have been better, and he could have done better with it for sure.
Like
Dude,
more people's elbows.
Oh my gosh! Just people elbow Hawkman. Yes.
Yeah.
raise the eyebrow at least once. The
Yeah,
eyebrow.
yeah. No, I want more Pierce Brosnan, man. I want more Dr.
Right.
Fate. That's what
Oh
I
my-
want.
Right, because I also like the JSA too. Like Aldous is Hawkman and Cyclone and Adam Smasher, and they couldn't have found a better person to play Dr. Fate for sure.
Hands
Yeah,
down.
yeah. And Adam Smasher, man. Is that what his name was in that? I think?
Yeah.
So like, I felt like his comedic relief for the movie was great. I feel like it made me laugh every time he had a scene.
Right.
I really liked that kid playing them. So
Right.
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to call him Blue Deadpool.
Because the
Yeah,
man
yeah.
made him look like
or even a Paul Rudd version for DC. I mean, he was kind of like the Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd in a blue Deadpool mask. Yes.
Yeah. He's like, he
But no,
couldn't escape the roasting
and-
at all.
And I feel like on that, Hawkman looked cool, but I just feel like he was really angry, and we weren't really sure why.
Well,
But,
Hawkman's always been like an angry character. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Carter Hall is kind of he's in comics and animated shows. He's kind of a douche.
And even live action, like in Smallville too.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Smallville still to this day.
What?
Still to this day.
Man, I'm rewatching it right now with my son. Actually, he's 14.
Nice.
Yeah, and we started watching. I'm like, man, I'm not sure he's going to be into it because it came back way back in the day.
Right.
He's hooked on it. He loves it. So we're like in the third season now. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up watching it. I have watched it a little bit. The last time I stopped, it was in the middle of season 5, right before like I think like the mayoral election of like Smallville. So I know I'm getting to somewhere big, but no, yeah, Smallville's great for sure. But yeah, I would love to see more of like the JSA, like for sure. And I thought maybe if they look for like the Helmet of Fate, like they could always try to look for the Helmet of Fate in a new JSA movie, and like maybe find a new host and if anyone knows like Dr. Fate comics or like animated shows, they could always have Pierce Brosnan in like the headspace of the helmet for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if his wife like gets the helmet, and she's Fate in some storylines as well. So
right. If anything, probably it would be someone younger. I know there's like a couple of characters in the last few years who have worn the helmets. Hell, they even had Batman wear the helmet just recently in Batman versus Robin.
I want to see a movie actually like a spin-off or something from Black Adam to where Waller's got all these characters with powers and these things that she's keeping them in prison and contained in. I would love to see like a bust out of that or something like that where somebody comes in,
because
takes the power off.
There were a lot of like pods like down there, like
a lot of them, yeah,
for sure. We can, and I'm sure some people like point out and try to figure out who's in what, like who's all there. But
I'm thinking Cadmus. Yeah, I think it's going to be like a Cadmus debut into the DC Elseworlds. So if we get anything from Cadmus, it's going to be great.
Cadmus would be like a whole can of worms because they could always do like the Genomorphs and cloning and Superboy. They could always do Superboy too. Absolutely.
Superboy make an appearance, and I'm definitely down to go see that as well. So, I would say my high points of Shazam: Fury of the Gods would definitely be the comedy and the great mixture of horror, because you actually see people get murked by monsters. So
for sure,
it's not like gory or bloody. It's just girl gets stabbed by like a wooden scorpion or monster or that, and it's just like, whoa, that kind of hit me hard. And
Right.
the director, he put so much attention to detail into that.
Let's not forget how badass they made a unicorn look.
Oh, those unicorns!
The black unicorns for sure were
Yes.
like total badass for sure.
Dude, it makes me think of like a death metal music video or something like.
Honestly,
with Darla just like up stage and just screaming, "Taste the rainbow."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's still one of like the funniest things like in that movie for sure.
Yeah. I just love how they brought that kind of like that old nostalgia slogan back, you know, too.
Mm-hmm.
Anything nostalgia, I love most of the time. So
for sure, and not to mention they even had like, can't remember his name, but the guy in like the red shirt with the lightning bolt on it, he played Shazam before, and like a television series.
He played Billy Batson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah.
The OG. He even calls his name out properly. He's like, "What is my superhero name? Captain Marvel."
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Damn. And also, there's another little bit of a cameo for DC too. The teacher that Calypso had walk off the building. That's Diedrich Bader. He voices Batman. He's voiced him for The Brave and the Bold and for Harley Quinn.
I had no idea.
You know, go ahead.
Oh no, you go on.
One thing I forgot about you bringing him up actually made me think that didn't really make sense. It was like when he gets beat up in the hallway of the school, and the teacher walks up, doesn't even stop it, and it's like he's like, oh, you know, winks at him like, "You all right, kid?" I'm like you're a teacher, you could have like got into them. Just, are we in the 50s? I mean, are we still in the 50s at school? You know, just letting things like that go by, because you know now it's 2023 now,
right?
You know, I mean, it's pretty anti-bullying things in school, and he like don't even tell them stop. He's just like,
who watches it all?
Yeah.
Just see these two kids picking on Freddy and just like, "There's something I can help with you two young gentlemen."
Like he had no idea what was going on.
He was like, "Man, I feel bad for this kid, but what am I going to do about it?"
hey, at least he got the girl at the end.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I really thought that they were gonna keep her like human, like have her experience humanity. Like, yeah.
I really thought they were going to too, but I guess, you know, if the teacher getting thrown off the building, I guess he got what he deserved for not standing up for him.
Oh my gosh.
And as Helen Mirren says, they always sound like grapes, you know, or something like that. I forgot that they sound like grapes when they smash. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh.
This movie was nuts.
Yeah.
It was nuts, but it was good for sure.
It
Man.
was.
I still stick to my 8 out of 10 rating for sure.
Yeah, I would give it a B plus. Blake gave it a B plus as well. And out of 10, I would probably say 8.5, maybe 8 at its worst.
Sorry, the Marvel in my blood just let me go as far as 7.5, guys.
Understood. Okay. Here's a question. Out between Ant-Man, Quantumania, or Shazam: Fury of the Gods, which would you say was better?
So, I mean, we've got some great things in Ant-Man.
Yes.
And I rate Ant-Man at 8, and I give this a 7.5. So I mean, like, if they're not real close neck and neck, I mean, it's just slightly below Ant-Man. Like, I enjoyed it that much. And Ant-Man, we got Kang. I mean, we got the quantum realm, like a lot of detail in the quantum realm. And I mean, Paul Rudd is one of my favorite comedians.
Yes.
So I mean, like, I'm telling you, like Ant-Man, and I'm talking about like Shazam, like touching the bottom of Ant-Man right there. I
can agree with that. Yeah. And Paul Rudd, he's gone from comedian to funny man to like he can do just about anything now.
Yeah. Well, I will never forget like me loving Paul Rudd in the I Love You Man movie and all that stuff like which is great. I heard they picked him to play Ant-Man. I'm like this is going to be the time that I probably hate Paul Rudd because like how is this man going to play a superhero in Marvel when at that time when he came along Marvel didn't have a whole lot of big comedy in it, and it was, I mean, a huge, great story building. We were just super pumped because we were like in phase 1 or phase 2, whatever. And man, he nailed it. He brought the character in a way that just worked and was perfectly balanced. And he surprises me. He does never ceases to amaze me.
Agreed.
That's one of his greatest roles for sure. I never thought he would pull off like being a convict and a superhero at the same time. But I don't know a whole lot about Scott Lang's run as Ant-Man, so I take his word for it that he nailed it. Yeah.
No, that's the gist of Scott Lang. Like, he's a thief who had to steal the Ant-Man suit and eventually like just took on the role. Yeah.
Ben asked if we think that Ant-Man's comedy is what ruined the MCU. I don't.
No.
I really don't. I feel like Ant-Man was a good comic relief, and it was not too much, but not too little. It was a great balance.
Right.
What I think is what I think comedy has ruined the MCU is Thor: Love and Thunder. That man.
I thought you were gonna say She-Hulk for a second there.
No. So She-Hulk wasn't bad, but She-Hulk I knew was being delivered as a lighthearted log comedy. So I expected that. You know, Thor Ragnarok was a perfect balance of just badassery, amazing everything, and comedy. And then they gave us Thor: Love and Thunder, and it's just like, what did y'all do? Why?
They couldn't fit like a real tone like between like, because it was too much comedy and like not enough serious. Because I just watched it like earlier and was like, okay. As much as I like Love and Thunder, I was like, okay, come on, like find a tone and stick with it, man.
Yeah, Christian Bale could have easily carried a movie, but the environment that they created around him kind of killed Gore.
I still liked him as Gore. I thought he did a really good job with making it pretty terrifying.
He's a great actor. It's just when you're labeled a God butcher, we want to see God's butchered.
Right, right.
I mean,
go to the city of gods and just have him kill gods. That would have been great. That would have been reasonable.
And then I just felt like with that movie, the transition from him giving up, the transition was too quick and didn't make sense. You know, it's like, oh, I'm a God butcher. I'm so badass. You know what? Just save my daughter. It's okay. Like, I just feel like the transition should have been slightly different.
I think it was more of just like Gore seeing like Thor be with Jane instead of like trying to stop and fight him, like made him realize I would rather like be with my daughter in my last moments than anything else. But I hear what you mean. But between that of the movie, hello there. We're all just coming late.
I misunderstood Ben. He said, "You think Ant-Man's?" He said that I'm saying they did Ant-Man perfectly, and then they just went way over the top for everything else. Ant-Man, I think, wasn't perfectly. But like I said, Thor: Love and Thunder was just too much.
Yes, for sure.
What's awful is like Thor's just Chris Hemsworth.
He's great.
Thor's, and I really hope they can redeem his character after Thor: Love and Thunder.
I think so too. If not in another Thor movie and maybe Avengers eventually or something.
Yeah, that's a character you're not going to mess up. So I mean, it won't take much to get him out of that.
No, it wouldn't.
Right.
And still continue what we've seen. Please do not continue what we've seen.
Absolutely.
Right, because he's been in what, like 8 movies of Thor now. So it.
Right.
Yeah, 8.
If he can't mess up, if he can't mess up at this point.
If he can recover from the blonde eyebrows from the first Thor movie, he can recover from this.
Blonde eyebrows.
Man,
God, they were so blonde. You're right. They were
bring that shit up. Holy hell!
Extra sex appeal.
Oh man. Oh shit. Jeff, real quick, did you ever go see Shazam 2 yet or no?
Is it on HBO Max yet?
No, not yet.
Don't wait. Do not wait. Go to
the
I don't go to
theaters.
movies. It's hard for me to make myself go to the movies.
What's a movie that you would be like, I've got to go see it in theaters? What's a movie you would have to go see?
Probably Spawn.
What's that?
Probably Spawn.
Yeah, so Spawn definitely, if that ever makes it out in my lifetime. If I could catch a theater doing a double feature of Terrifier 1 and 2,
Oh,
because I still haven't got to see either one of those, and I'm so hyped to watch both of them. There's some upcoming horror movies that I may go see in the theater.
you going to see Evil Dead Arise?
You know I am. That's one of them. As soon as I can find it in a theater.
Would you go to theaters to see Secret Wars?
That one I may, just simply because I've read the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see if they do good by it.
Right.
That's going to be a huge event.
Man.
We got time till they like get it finished, all said and done. But yeah, man.
So rumor is now that for them to do it right in the top end game, the rumor is that it's going to be a part 1 and 2 on Secret Wars. So we're going to get 3 Avengers movies.
That's what.
And really, I feel like for them to do it right and give it the justice it needs to be a minimum of 2 parts. Yeah,
Okay.
3. I'm cool if you.
I think 3 to do it the proper justice.
Right.
Right.
Well, remember,
we're already getting the Kang Dynasty Avengers movie, so
right.
Yeah, if anything, Blake's right. Yeah, if anything, Secret Wars would at least have to be like 2-part movie for sure. Because originally Infinity War was going to be a 2-part movie, but then they just made one Infinity War and the other Endgame.
Right.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to have at least 2 for Secret Wars, and I'm thinking Kang Dynasty is going to be split to 2 as well.
Possibly.
Really?
After that, just make like a 3.
I would not be mad if they did a movie or a mini series based off every Kang that we ever got in the comic book.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like the big ones.
I mean, we just seen at the post-credit scene that they could easily do that because we've probably seen a minimum of 600 Kangs in one arena.
At least, yeah. And we know that Loki's definitely going to be like Kang hunting himself. And there's even
we know we're getting in Moon Knight 2. We're going to get a version of Kang.
Yeah.
Rama-Tut. Yeah,
Yep.
if we get a Moon Knight,
which is probably one of my favorite ones.
Moon Knight, same.
Yeah.
Moon Knight is definitely one of my favorite.
It makes too much sense for them not to do. I know it's a rumor, it's not confirmed, but it would make too much sense for them not to put Rama-Tut King in Moon Knight season 2. And here's another thing: like I love Moon Knight. Like Loki's number 1, Moon Knight's number 2, and WandaVision's number 3 for me. But like Moon Knight, I want to see in the film too. Like that man deserves to be in his film.
Well, we know that Oscar Isaac is definitely going to continue playing Moon Knight. He's got a future. We just don't know if they're going to do another season or that he's going to be in a movie, or we don't know anything right now because the only shows that have like multiple seasons are Loki and the What If animated series, and so we just don't know anything if any other shows will get multiple seasons or not.
What would be really cool?
Just make it, yeah. Oh,
go ahead.
They should just make it a movie with Rama-Tut because he's kind of a big deal in Marvel Comics. So I wouldn't give him one season to go after him, but
for sure,
I would love to see Loki every single episode. It be a different version of King that he's hunting, and let him just start killing off these different versions, and we almost kind of get a little taste of that.
Right?
Dude,
maybe
that's going to be amazing if they did that.
Maybe like one of the episodes focus on Victor Timely, the variant that they saw, and then just so on and so on and so on.
Yes, I would be here for that.
So would I. Anything with Jonathan Majors, as long as he's not in New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, why you gotta do like that?
I had to make a joke.
Too
it's
soon.
not me. Someone else is gonna make the joke.
No.
So his legal issue, I think, is already cleared.
Yep, done and cleared.
I think so too.
Yeah, done and cleared.
There's been video footage to prove that it was not true from a taxi driver. There's also standby
witnesses,
like innocent bystanders that were by, and they're like, this it didn't happen. There's plenty of witnesses. It's all been cleared. And she had a mental crisis and already has been admitted into the hospital for it. And she's blaming her mental crisis is why she said this, or something like that. So he's already been free and clear, which I believed it. But I don't know if it was too soon, and I wasn't sure the backlash I would get from the post I made on Comically Inclined. But I'm like, if it is true,
I was waiting for that to blow up on you, man. I really was. I seen that. I was like,
people
I'm
were
not
loving
gonna like
it, though.
this, or I'm gonna put a laugh on it until Now I can go back and laugh at it. Okay,
Right.
That's
Yeah.
an
Nah,
emoji
it's
for
not a
me
serious
later.
note.
I went full sin. I said, you know what? I'm gonna support Blake. And
Well, I like
Oh my
when
God.
like immediately what came to my head. I'm like, should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? And I'm like, you know what? Like, do it. And then
It's
like
not the
I'm
first
gonna be
time
honest
we've
with you,
seen
like.
something like this.
Right. But here's the other thing. I'm like, what? Maybe go ahead and push through. It was like we see all this Ezra Miller stuff that's happened, and he's still got a lot of supporters. And I really think Jonathan Majors is an upstanding guy. I really do. I don't think he's that kind of guy. So I had a feeling it was going to come out that it was not true. Someone was money hungry. You know, these people start getting stardom and they get big. That's the first thing that people want to do is go after that money. People nowadays want to hear lawsuit.
Let me get that check. Let me get that.
Yeah,
check.
exactly.
Jonathan's biggest year ever, and try to shut him down. Yeah, like
Yep.
what?
Yeah. And next thing we know, we're going to probably hear that he's got a baby with someone else. Because she wants that child support, take care of wrestler with that Marvel money.
All those cousins coming out of the woodwork.
Oh man,
God! Remove.
She's just like the baby looks just like you, and the baby has like the scar and the helmet on.
Yeah.
Right?
Antenna blue.
Oh God!
But man, what's crazy is though some of the comments that people when this came up, the allegations, the stuff people were saying about him right off the bat, they're like, oh, look at his character in Creed. I read one day that said, look at his character in Creed 3. I'm sure he's got it in him to do that. I'm like, what? Like that is a strong thing to say about a person.
Someone slips up like one time or like any time in their lifetime, and then they'll be like, "That's a free pass. We can just pile on them, pile on." And the internet anonymity, like that just makes
people are so quick to judge.
Oh, absolutely.
Without ever knowing the whole story.
It's always one side to every story.
Yeah, my thing, man, for real was like. Also, I was like, he might have choked her. He might have. She probably asked him to.
Right.
She probably did. And then after she enjoyed it, and she was sad that she did the walk of shame or whatever. She was probably like, "Damn, I want this again, or I want money out of it." So let me tell the story.
let me try and get the.
That's the first thing that crossed my mind.
He wouldn't let me get his.
She was choke me, daddy, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I didn't want you to really choke me.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
He flushed his condom down the toilet and pissed her off. So
she's probably like, "Choke me, King Daddy." And he goes to do it. She's like, "Oh
wait,
I
King.
didn't mean it.
I didn't mean choke me like Paul Rudd."
Oh my gosh.
That cracked me up. What was his line in the movie that he was saying? Is, do I look like a liar to you? He said, if he did that in the interview, I would freak out.
Yeah. This is his time to do it. This is his time. He should use that.
Oh, for sure.
Do I look like a liar to you?
Man.
You guess you're not, bro. You got it. You're
definitely
free,
not.
Bro.
No.
I'll be throwing some money that taxi cab driver's way though for helping me out.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Helping a bro, man.
Yeah.
Taxi cab driver's like, whoa, fellas, let me tell you what really went down here.
Yeah. Front seats to every Marvel premiere from here on out.
Let's go.
Lifetime seats.
Your mom and them need something. I got them. What they need.
Right. Here's you a jar of Kevin Feige's piss. It's like anything you want.
Yeah,
sell it on eBay right now.
No. Oh God. Oh man.
I was so glad he got his name cleared. I was like, if we would have lost Kane, I would have.
Marvel and Disney don't play like that, man. They ain't the DC universe.
True.
They ain't gonna let that shit slide like an Ezra Miller.
No,
they're not. No. But
it's like they probably would have recasted Kang, but it would have been too late for the fans. Like, no, don't.
Yeah,
we already love him as Kang, so
he bodied that shit, man. You can't miss that up.
Absolutely not.
No, man, we got a good couple of years with him as Kang, so yeah, we've got time.
Oh, we can get 5-6 years out of that if they played it right.
Mm-hmm.
They could easily if they want to. I hope they do. I really do.
He's one of my favorites now. Like. I'm a big X-Men villain fan, but outside of that, like Fantastic Four has a pretty good rogues gallery. I love Spider-Man villains
too.
Well, he's just such a versatile actor, and like I don't think they could have picked a better person to really portray him, just because of how versatile he is, and needing him to be that versatile for multiple variants. Like, yeah.
And I think the writer for Quantum Mania is like a rookie or something like that. But so I guess his chemistry wasn't all that hot with Kang, Jonathan playing Kang. But if over time, if he gets better at writing his dialogue, Kang is going to be.
I mean, I didn't have an issue with like John Major's lines as Kang for sure. Definitely with like some of the writing for sure, but for Kang, no issues in the movie at all.
Yeah, who was the guy that wrote that?
Jeff Loveness.
You're right. Yeah, Jeff Loveness. Yeah.
He's brought back on to write Kang Dynasty too, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one of those where they need people who are actual comic book guys to come in and write these stories. And I've yet to see that.
Tom King.
Like they need like legit to bring in these guys. I mean, look how good like some of the other TV series we've gotten that were associated with comic books in some type of way. And they go, hey, Tedian, can you come over here and show us how to do this right and give us direction on it?
But at least bring them in as consultants or something for the writers.
And that's why. So for you think about it on I'm brain farting all of a sudden. Sandman. They literally he's like, nobody's making this unless they do it the way it's supposed to be done. And they're like, okay, you're hired, basically.
Right.
They went panel for panel with a lot of those episodes.
They really did.
And I'm not even familiar with that storyline or that comic, but man, I tell you what, Sandman, I loved. Like I'm so ready for the second season. I thought it was a great series.
Dude, I think we got another year for that series.
Oh, I would at least do 3 or 4 seasons of Sandman.
No. What I'm saying is, I think it's got like a 2024 release.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
See, I hate that they like these series like that. If you're gonna do a series, you can't spread them out that far.
No,
like
I mean, it's already written. All they got to literally do is basically
act it out.
Yeah, act it.
Film it.
I mean, it's been written since the fucking 80s.
Right. Oh, it's been out that long. Wow.
It's been out for a hot minute. It's like 80s, 90s.
And they stayed pretty true to the comic.
Absolutely. You can read it.
Man, that's some good writing. Then if you got 80s comics that was written that well back then, I mean,
I mean, look who wrote it though. I mean,
Neil's a beast.
Yeah,
Neil guy.
Neil's a beast for writing Sandman. I'll give him his credit for that.
Absolutely. Brits know what they're doing.
Oh
yeah,
iconic, man. Dude, I'm thinking about as far as like DC movies go, I'm hoping they bring in some like comic advisors to help with this Constantine reboot, because Keanu he could pull it off, but
I think Keanu is a Constantine guy.
Yeah,
so he's a Constantine fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big Hellblazer fan.
I still need to watch the movie.
It's actually one of the better. The story they give you in it is really good. He somebody's telling me to go take my ass to the movies to see Shazam. No.
Yes, do it.
Oh, that's Will. Will,
that's
calm
Will.
down, boy.
Will, keep messaging him until he goes. But I never. It
was good.
Yeah, I never watched Constantine. I wasn't too much into it when it came out, but I've heard really good things about it. By the time I got into all this, I watched the series that NBC did, and I just immediately fell in love with Matt Ryan as Constantine.
Dude, Matt Ryan's always going to be Constantine.
Hey, you're not alone, Cameron. Actually, so because of this coming out with Keanu and stuff again, I've never actually sat down and watched it. And the other night, I started it, fell asleep, of course, but it was at nighttime. So a couple more nights of going to bed and trying to watch it, I'll probably get through it. But I'm actually watching it right now for my first time.
I'll have to get around to watching it too. Did you ever watch the series NBC did?
Oh,
I haven't.
You should.
So
Where can you stream that at?
I think it's on the CW app.
CW?
Yeah.
CW
so
or
can I get that
Hulu.
on Hulu?
Maybe Hulu?
It's on Hulu for sure.
But
Hulu,
Hulu, yeah. But no, Matt Ryan, like he's, in my opinion, he's like the perfect person to play John Constantine. He looks like him. He sounds like him. He
Really?
acts like him. Yes, and even though NBC canceled the show after one season, which huge mistake. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was so stupid. But anyways,
And so
that
what's really cool about that series, it follows the comic book. It gives you the comic book.
Yes, definitely. They even pull like characters like Papa Midnight and Felix Faust and Zed
Faith
Martin.
Helmet.
Yeah, the which is in the first episode. But after they canceled the show, the CW shows Arrow and Legends, they brought Matt on to those shows, and he stayed on Legends for like 3-4 years.
Oh wow.
Dude.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that's one series I haven't watched is Legends.
the first two seasons are good.
It definitely like grows with you and like changes a little bit, but it's all in all an amazing show.
See, like The Flash, I watched like 3 seasons of it, and then I kind of lost interest after 3.
So after 3 seasons, you had every right to lose interest.
Hey, the first 2 seasons are still some of the best for sure.
No, they really are.
Yeah, I would have.
Season 3 was good. After season 3,
well, I felt like stuff started kind of just slightly changing and just kept repeating itself
a little bit.
And I'm like, well, there's not the creativity kind of went down the drain here. You know,
if I were you, I would have at least stuck around for season 4 because it's a little bit different and they don't have a speedster for a villain. They actually do the Thinker, and they do a really good job with him. And also, and they bring in
to jail.
and they bring in the Elongated Man, who
they do.
Oh, really?
Yes, Ralph Dibny. He was great. I loved him on the show.
My son is
Gorilla Grodd and King Shark in later episodes in later seasons.
Yeah.
Well, wait, that was in the first 3, Gorilla Grodd and King Shark.
Yes, it was in 3.
Yeah,
they did them dirty, but we still got them.
And they
I expected Gorilla Grodd not to be just a giant gorilla. I expected something a little bit different because I did remember Grodd from animation and some comics, and then the King Shark I felt was a little, which I mean it's a walking around shark talking, so
right?
But
it's no like num. It's no number.
Right, yeah.
Right.
But and even in season 5, they had an episode where they have Gorilla Grodd and King Shark just fight it out, just like a whole CGI like fight episode.
Huh.
It was good too. That was a good one. I watched that episode because I seen a YouTube short of it. I'm like, all right, hang on. Went over to Hulu and watched that one episode.
Which one's that on? 'Cause I don't think I've seen that part.
It was a season 5 episode.
Season 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's like a mid-season, I think.
I mean, just that alone sounds intriguing. Just them two fighting. So.
Yeah. I'm not caught up with the season that's on right now, their last season. I'm not too caught up with it. If anything, I was going to try and binge watch it, the whole series before it came on, but if anything, I'll probably binge watch it and then wait for the last season to come out.
I would love to see I would love to see that Flash have a cameo in the Flash movie.
Right.
I would like to see him be the Flash.
Yeah, I think was it Grant Gustin?
Mm-hmm.
Grant Gustin.
Yeah. I think he's a great Flash. I really do enjoy his character.
Yeah.
And he doesn't come with half the issues as Ezra.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's a little bit more upstanding citizen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, Grant Gustin, he's amazing. And he's been doing it for 10 years now. Like
he deserves to be in a film.
He absolutely they all deserve to be in a film. Like Stephen
the entire Arrowverse, man. I thought they had some of the better
castings.
Yeah. And they gave you some of the better stories throughout that actually were comic book related.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I appreciated about it. Some of the writing was iffy.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as good. It was questionable at best. But it still was at least giving you those breadcrumbs of the comic books. They were tossing those to you. So if you read the comic books and you know the stories, then you enjoyed them.
Oh, yeah, it goes around in the circles with like the superhero keeps a secret. The love interest finds out about the secret. You lied to me, and then it's just like 3 episodes of just being.
And I really enjoyed the guy who played Batman in the Arrowverse, the older guy.
I remember they had one guy played. Well, technically, they had him play Hush because we never really saw Bruce Wayne. But
yeah, we did.
Well, and
Bruce-
like when Luke was in like a coma and just like
Yes.
seeing Bruce. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. But
What show was this?
Batwoman.
Oh,
They have Luke Fox.
yeah.
CW, the Arrowverse did a lot, and they gave a lot of opportunities too, because they had like a bunch of like actors from all the shows like be able to write and direct. Tom Cavanaugh's directed a number of episodes for The Flash, and even like 3 for Superman and Lois. The same with David Ramsey and Katie Cassidy, Katie Lotz, Maisie Richardson Sellers from Legends, and just it goes on, and Melissa Benoist, and they even had Kevin Smith direct a few episodes for The Flash too.
Yep.
The Batman in the Arrowverse was played by Warren Christie.
Yes, the older Batman. He was the
That's
Batman.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
I would have liked to see him.
And technically, that would have been the Batman Hush time loop there.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But no. And also the our CW Arrowverse shows, they had actually really good like representation too, because
Yeah.
they had a lot of storylines. One of the biggest storylines from Supergirl was Alex Danvers, Supergirl's adopted sister, coming out like in season 2 as DA, and it was great, as well as like a number of characters from Legends, like Sarah was bisexual, John Constantine was homosexual, and they even had
he was never homosexual. He was always bisexual.
no, you're right, bisexual.
Yeah, White Canary was getting it in, and
He's
every
been
season.
bisexual since Neil Gaiman fucking wrote his ass in the 70s.
You're right, bisexual.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of another character he played who is homosexual in the last season. That's why I'm wrong.
Just about every
And
episode.
they even had a character in the last season of Legends come out as asexual, and also Nicole Maines, who was Nia Nal on Supergirl, a real transgender actress playing a transgender superhero, and she's amazing, and created her own superhero and Dreamer, and has gone on to write for the character still, like in comic books, and like I think she's gonna get like a graphic novel where she's gonna write for it too.
Oh wow!
I think that's a done deal, actually.
Yes, they announced it like last week, and they were like, why don't you write it? Like, I don't know what to write about it, but you're her. You know what she is and what she wants. Go for it. And she really is amazing. She once they brought in the Nicole Maines on the Supergirl, she was like my favorite actress besides David Harewood.
Yeah, that's the most amusing part to me. Is just like they made representation, and they made it hot. So it's just like the entire cast is just like really
and
attractive
it's not in your
people,
face
and
with it either. Like they didn't try to shove it down your throat.
Right?
White Canaries.
They made the announcement. Boom! It's there, and then it's kind of like, oh,
yeah. They didn't like.
It's not going to be this whole big political sideshow where they're shoving the stuff down your throat, which was cool.
They didn't make it like a big deal of it, or like shoving it like I said, shoving in anyone's face, or like draw it out. Sometimes it was like a good storyline. Sometimes it was like a nice little moment where it was good for the character, and they always did a really good job, like with those things, those stories for sure.
Yeah, that's all I got for Shazam: Fury of the Gods. We'll run
now that we're back on track.
The Mandalorian real fast, and I know Blake's got a hustle.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So I don't know if Gibby is in the comment section or not, but I know he's been waiting to tear Dave Filoni a new one about what's
everybody
been going on.
Nobody likes that guy.
Hey,
I mean, he hasn't done bad, but nobody likes the guy.
What's wrong with Dave Filoni?
So what the story behind Dave Filoni?
I've never seen an issue with him.
A lot of his storytelling is just copied from somebody else, and it's not creative at all, and
not original.
Changes, like anybody that read the Legends part of Star Wars literature, everything that came from that got changed by Filoni over in the Disney canon. So
right, yeah, because once the animated shows and the newer books came out, all that became non-canon. Yeah, I remember that for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, personally, I've never had an issue with Filoni because he did a great job with the animated series with Clone Wars and Rebels, and
Yeah.
Clone Wars was my jam, man.
Absolutely.
Clone Wars was phenomenal.
Clone Wars was my actual like real entry into Star Wars for sure.
That was your tie-in to everything too that had already happened. Like if you didn't watch Clone Wars, you had no idea what was coming up in these other movies that were coming out.
Yeah.
Right.
Clone Wars is what tied that stuff together.
Right.
For
I
sure.
saw the Jenny Tartakowski version of Clone Wars, but I haven't seen like the CG version of it.
The CG version, like the movie and like 7 seasons, it's phenomenal. Like
there's so much of Clone Wars. I feel like I would love for them to make it live action.
Oh,
it would have been some great live action stuff.
I know.
It really deserves it.
I'm excited for Ahsoka.
Yeah,
one of the best characters.
A guy, she's an alien, okay?
I don't care. I don't care if she's an alien or not.
Hey, I'm down bad, man. Sometimes you just gotta make ends meet.
And for some reason, I remember at least hearing when Clone Wars first came out, like a lot of people didn't like Ahsoka Tano for some reason. They thought she
really,
like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're like whiny or just like I don't know. Just
they were just whining.
I guess, but no, like I loved her when I really liked her, and once she kept being on the show and kept growing, like she was great, and now
there's a really great cosplay of her yesterday at GalaxyCon. Like it was spot on. Like I don't know who did the prosthetics and all that other stuff, but god damn, it was good. Yeah.
Right, but now she's on the Mandalorian and gonna get her own series. And Rosario Dawson, who
I love her.
She's great. I love her. She did a great Ahsoka, and she's been a fan of Ahsoka. She's wanted to play Ahsoka for years, so this is really a dream come true for her.
Student of Anakin Skywalker. This is going. She is powerful too.
Absolutely. Apparently, I think Hayden Christensen is supposed to be in Ahsoka too.
Yeah,
he is.
Yep.
And
speaking of wine babies, Hayden Christensen. I hate sand.
I hate you. I hate walking. Oh my gosh. I didn't. Whenever I first watched the prequel trilogy, I can see why people were a bit like whiny, but but I didn't really have too much of an issue. And also, when he was announced for coming back for Obi-Wan, fans just erupted and loved that.
Yeah.
Probably even the ones who are like, "We don't want you." I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
dude. I think most of the hate comes from the fact that her and Din Djarin are Filoni characters, and they're used to like outshine like the OG Legends characters. I think that's where most of the hate comes
I think a lot of it also came from that the Star Wars is out there in book form and has been for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
And what people are getting mad at is that they weren't taking it from the books. They were just
I'm one of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. So like,
I can understand that, and I agree with them to some degree. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a fucking fantasy world.
Right.
True. I feel like 7, 8, and 9 could have been way more successful if they would have went the Jason and Jaina solo route with the twins and kind of started doing stories about them, or at least some Disney Plus. Still go that route. But even you could have done a whole bunch of missions with them and their childhood growing up on Disney Plus. But the Jason and Jaina solo series, man, were great, phenomenal books. I think there's like 12 books in that series. And they were just great stories. And they brought in Lando. They brought in, the nostalgia characters. They tied it in well. Luke, Mara Jade, all of those characters. And I just feel like that was some of the best storytelling post episode 6. And I think that to me was what I would have loved seeing on live cinema.
Okay. I didn't really read any of the Star Wars books until like the newer stuff came out, like after Legends. I've heard all like the Legends books are like all great, but yeah, I've definitely got like a shelf full of like Star Wars books like that are coming out in the last couple of years. I even just got the Jedi Battle Scars book.
Nice.
Yeah, I just ordered the Republic Commando series by Karen Travis. I got book 1, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to get like the other 4. Nice. And they say it's one of the best books you can get because it's about like, I think it's Delta Squad, one of the clone troopers, or I'm not too sure about it, but if you read those books, you can get more info on the Mandalorian people and what their way of life really was. So it'll give you some background into what you're seeing in the Mandalorian TV show. So it's
Right.
What I would like to see is a live action movie of the game of Knights of the Republic too.
Right.
Like that was a fun game back in the day. And you got to see so many different worlds. You got to see the planet that the Wookiees were on, which we got a small version of that.
So the comic book gives you all that too.
Yeah.
All the variations and then spinoffs, and some Marvel book too.
Oh, but I feel like Knights of the Republic 2 was a great storyline, and it could have been a great cinematic movie for us.
Yeah, I definitely would have paid top dollar to see that. And anything, I'm a big Sith fan. I know I'm that guy in the room, but I love Sith and Jedi involvement with anything. But
what was Knights of the Republic 2? What was that Sith? Was that Revan or something like that?
Revan.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be getting like a remaster of Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah. I'm ready to see this Cal Kestis movie. Bringing him from the games, onto the screen.
Yes.
I think that's going to be great.
Oh my gosh, I literally just pre-ordered Jedi Survivor like a few days ago, and I'm just ready for it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, wasn't there like a rumor going around that Christian Bale was being eyed to be Starkiller?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was around the time that he got picked up to play what's his name in the Marvel universe?
Thor.
Yeah. That's the rumor started around that time frame.
He's just a great actor. He's very versatile. He can play so many different roles.
For sure. But
Yes,
would we want Christian Bale or would we want Sam Witwer to come back as Starkiller?
I'm gonna go with Sam Witwer. The voice actor. Yeah, I love.
I'm a fan of Sam Witwer, especially his Darth Maul.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the Mandalorian way of life, but Darth Maul is supposed to be like the inspiration behind the faction that Din Djarin comes from.
The
Night's Watch. No, I can't.
That's
remember.
Game of Thrones, bro.
Night Owl something.
Death Watch?
Somebody help!
Talking about Death Watch?
Death Watch children. I don't know. Children.
Yes, Darth Vader killed all the children.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler there, buds.
Yeah, if you've seen Mandalorian and like Bo-Katan and Din Djarin are from two different factions of the Mandalorian people, and like her clan used to rule Mandalore, and Din was like this completely different.
And there's like a
culture.
Purist. It's like they're purists. They believe they stay true to what the Mandalorian are.
Right.
They never take their helmets off. They eat shit, live, breathe the Mandalorian lifestyle.
Now that I think about it, that reminds me. Gibby told me taking the helmet off was Filoni's idea to I guess make Boba Fett look more of a less Mandalorian than he already was. So that's where that came from.
Okay.
Yeah. So they originally could take their helmet off and they wouldn't break their creed. But now Filoni's just like, yeah.
Well, yeah, but we've seen in like the Clone Wars and like Rebels, like Mandalorians, like who like lived and ruled on Mandalorian, like take their helmets off. This like the armor, like the Children of the Watch, are like just very like zealot, just very much like devoted to the point where they live inside. They live and die with the helmet and the suit, with all of it, and nothing else. So
originally it was if you took your helmet off, that was the end of your watch. Basically, you were done.
But yeah, no, we've had a long history of the Mandalorian, just seeing Mandalorians going back with like Death Watch and Clone Wars, which surprisingly, actually, the original leader of Death Watch, Pre Vizsla, he was voiced by Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah,
Paz Vizsla. Paz Vizsla is his name.
He plays Paz Vizsla too.
Yeah.
Oh, that he helps produce.
Yep. He's the one that hosts the Big Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Really,
Okay.
really
Hate
big gun.
too from the
While ago,
Legends fan.
Deontay, were you talking about the Mandalorians that served under Darth Maul?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're supposed to be a part of that.
Shadow Collective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
when he took over at Death Watch, yeah.
Yep.
And then Bo-Katan is supposed to be like night owls.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah.
Night
Yeah.
Owl. She was also originally part of Death Watch 2 under Vizsla, but once Darth Maul like took over, she was like, I gotta bounce. I gotta get out of here. You're crazy.
Yeah.
I like how midichlorians now are being related to as M count. We got that this.
So she was supposed to be at a GalaxyCon this weekend and had to cancel for because they're doing reshoots on the Mandalorian.
Who?
The actress that plays Bo-Katan.
Okay, back up. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She's supposed to be at Richmond this week or this weekend and canceled because the Mandalorian.
Okay.
Huh. So reshoots of the new season that they're doing right now, the one that they just finished writing.
Probably, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. They haven't officially said anything, but we all know with Mandalorian.
Yeah, he did state that it's already written completely, start to finish. That's
right.
Done.
Yep.
So I didn't realize they were filming it already though.
Neither did I. Yeah.
Shout out to Panda.
Surprised me though.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Panda Huggles real quick. She came over for Twitter to show us some love on the podcast. She will be a guest later this week, potentially, depending on how things go. So you guys will get to meet Panda. I would say
it'd be about time we got to meet her.
Absolutely. So shout out to her.
I don't know who this Facebook user is on here, but it says the dark side is terrible at childcare. Yes.
Oh God.
That is a well-proven fact.
Speaking of Order 66.
Oh boy.
Grogu's backstory is finally come. Yeah.
And we get a redemption arc for probably one of the most
Misa.
Yes.
No.
No, you go, Blake.
Which he played a Jedi in the Jedi Temple training deal with kids. You know, he played a Jedi on that actually, and we pretty much get the same version of him. It seems like in this movie, but he definitely got his redemption from that for sure. I wonder where they're going to go with Grogu though, because they're not done giving us his flashbacks. It almost seems like they go to Naboo. But I don't think that's where he ends up at. I think something's going to happen where they have to leave there, and we're going to still continue to get some kind of continuation of these flashbacks.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I don't know, because he's definitely having a hard time adjusting to the way the Mandalore for sure. But I definitely want to see more of flashbacks of Kelleran Beck, who I've never seen any pictures of Ahmad Best, so I didn't know what he looked like, and to see his name, be like, what?
Yeah.
That's the most hated person in Star Wars. The character. Oh my god.
Fucking Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
God damn it, man. He's damn near ruined a fucking franchise.
Near ruined.
I do like how they related with when he's talking to the armor and or Grogu's in there and she's explaining about how the Forge or whatever brings it's a journey through some of your what does it say? What did she say about the Forge? It's a trial or something like
trial
that.
By fire.
Trial by fire, but something about your hardest times or your weak pulls out the weakest moments or something.
Yeah.
In our first season, she's doing something and then she's hammering it out and that thing's doing it. And it actually does a flashback for Din Djarin as a kid, which kind of makes him think, well, they did the same thing with Grogu. The sparks actually make him go back as when he was a kid, as the sparks coming through with Order 66 trying to come through the doors. So it almost makes you wonder, when things getting forged in there, if actually mentally it also, it's on purpose to hash these out.
Stuff.
Right. It's not just a metaphorical deal. It actually happens right then and there because they're actually replicating that between Din Djarin and Grogu in the same areas.
Poor kid.
I like that. I like that aspect of it
for sure. Also, have you guys seen pictures of the actress who plays the armor, Emily Swallow?
Yeah, she's from Supernatural too.
It was on Supernatural as as the Darkness. She's gorgeous, man. If
I
we
love her.
they
She
ever
never
take-
takes her helmet off. She's a real Mandalorian.
exactly. Oh my gosh, but yeah, and the whatever. I don't think they ever named it what the flying beast was like on this last episode, but man, that thing was giant. That thing was.
There's
They
a
called
lot
it
of rumors
Raptor.
going around.
Yep, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I had to
Those-
Google her.
Just watch season 1
Drop
of
dead
Supernatural,
gorgeous.
You know what I mean? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they called it the Raptor, but I was like, that's kind of a generic name to give that alien, but okay.
But when it got like eaten, like when it got like picked up by the giant sea beast, it reminded me of like the end of Jurassic World when the Indominus Rex just got just picked up by the giant dinosaur from the ocean and just
Yeah.
like
Well,
dragged into
yeah.
it.
What it literally made me think of was actually back in Phantom Menace with Qui-Gon when they're underneath the Gungan in that Gungan ship, and he's like, "There's always a bigger fish." That's exactly what it made me think of.
There's always
Yeah.
a bigger fish.
It was like, someone's gonna eat it as soon as it landed in the water.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like Jesus.
Like the sandworms in
Oh,
fuck.
Dune.
Dune.
Yeah, Doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about Trimmers of Kevin Bacon?
I was about to say, I thought you were talking about Tremors too.
Not those sandworms, but the Star Trek sandworms.
I
Star
don't care
Wars
what anybody
Sandworms.
says, man. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of Trimmers. Always have been.
I am too.
Always.
I do
All
like,
of them.
like
Not
the
just
older,
the
like-
good ones.
The first one is the best by far, but I like
Agreed.
them
All the three others are good too in their own
Yeah.
special B movie
Yeah.
way.
Right.
I think I like the second one, if not better, as much as the first one because it explores. God, I can't remember the character's name. The main guy who's in most of them.
Kevin Bacon?
No,
No, you're talking about the guy who recently passed away a couple of years back. Shit.
Oh, Bert? Who I play Bert?
Bird.
Yeah, Bert. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
We got to see more of him and just like him being just like explosive
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And
That-
I mean,
that-
how do you not like a movie Mr. Miyagi's in? I mean,
That's
Absolutely.
true. That is
he's a,
That's the
he's a
only thing I can
store owner.
remember seeing him in outside of.
Me too,
Karate
actually.
Kid.
Yeah. And you got, the person that ages like a fine wine, Reba McEntire.
Dude,
Yeah.
if she's not better looking now than she was back then I don't know what you're talking about.
Every year she gets
Absolutely.
older, she gets better looking. Like when she was younger, I didn't think she was really that attractive. But now, whoo, smoke show, man.
She's on Young Sheldon too. If you watch
Yes,
that,
he is.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
yeah. Even the lady that plays Young Sheldon's grandma is like,
And Potts.
huh?
Oh.
Potts.
I think so. Yeah, she's like, damn, that's his grandma.
Mhm.
Like, no wonder he's so proud of his meemaw.
Oh my gosh. And they're like, don't you dare talk about me, Ma.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Reba was looking good in the what's it, the Little Rascals movie that she was in?
Little rat. Yeah, she was a little
Yeah.
rat. She's been in a lot of stuff. For sure.
Nobody looks as good though as the new Aunt May.
Oh,
Oh,
Um,
yeah, man.
Marissa.
Fucking Aunt May, man. Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Of all the
Such a-
actresses they're gonna go out there and get, they go get
I
Marissa
never
Tomei, who is in
expected
her
Aunt May to
50s
look
and
that
looking like
good.
she's still
None
in
of
her
us did.
late 20s.
But man, it
Yeah.
didn't work.
and then John
It
Favreau
definitely
has it set up to where Happy Hogan hooks up with her. You dirty bastard.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a summer fling. We flung.
You know his motive for that.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yes.
He's like, I did
oh
it.
my gosh. If we ever see
I wrote it. I get
Tomei,
the hot Aunt May.
if we ever see Marissa Tomei in The Mandalorian, we know why.
Yeah.
Favreau wants more.
And I
Um,
guarantee you he's going to write it to where she's hooking up with him.
Or
Oh, yeah.
the mother of his child, or just someone
Yeah.
that he finds attractive.
I
Oh,
mean, she
God.
is really. I mean, he's not wrong in that.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
his character whose kid got picked up in this last episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So,
yeah,
so
his
now
kid
in
was
this
about to be
next
eaten
episode,
by
she's
those
going
giant
to be
birds.
in there.
Introduce the mom.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that they brought like the baby birds, like the giant baby birds back, and then I was like, how the hell did they get them all inside the ship? Like, my God.
Dude, I thought they would have eaten the kid the first day. I was like, why did it take 3 days and the kid is still alive when
Yeah,
they make
that,
it
that,
there?
that didn't
Hey,
make sense to me.
preparations for dinner take a while. That kid's got to marinate.
Apparently,
Yeah.
apparently.
gotta get nice and marinated that saliva so it's easier for the babies to swallow.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
just sitting in my
gosh.
seat like they're gonna get to this nest and find his bones. It's like,
Yeah.
take-
Well, I knew immediately when they you seen that whatever heat radar. I was like, well, that's definitely not the kid. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely not the kid.
Oh god. Well, what did you guys think of the third episode of this season, the converter?
Oh, you talking about Dr.
Is it the
Pershing?
doctor? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like I like how we're getting more of like how Snoke and we're getting more of how they went about with the cloning of all that. Really, what had me for the longest, and so I know they're kind of tying Grogu into the cloning aspect, and then how we got with Snoke and the Emperor, and but Snoke wasn't green; he didn't look like Grogu.
No.
But I feel like that episode kind of gave us an answer for that, though, is they were actually wanting Grogu's blood for the M count. So the Mandalorian count, because they need to do successful combination of strands together to where I think Grogu was literally just for the midichlorians because they needed to put the midichlorians in this host for it to work, which obviously they're still failing because we get a little bit of a flash. It looks like a failed Snoke actually in a capsule. But what we're still getting or not getting is who was combined with Grogu's blood, though, to give that look of Snoke, though, because we still don't know what other strands they combine, because they talked about how they're actually taking strands from all over to make one. And so I really hope they tell us or show us this character that they combined with this to kind of get that look that we got from Snoke in the 7, 8,
Right.
9.
Do you think it's like the DNA of like the disformed Palpatine that could have been mixed with it, or
I don't know. There's some rumors out there right now, speculations that Andy Serkis that played that character in Andor, he finally turned at the end or whatever, but the Emperor caught him and killed him. But if you kind of think about it, Snoke kind of looks similar to Andy Serkis.
Oh my gosh!
And so they're saying that they could actually take some of his DNA and combine it with Grogu's blood or whatever they get the midichlorian M count from, and maybe it's Andy Serkis's leadership skills and some of his DNA that they mixed in with that. But
Lori is gonna be Snoke.
I'm down for that.
Wouldn't that be wild? That would be some wild stuff.
I would love to see it.
Because I felt so bad for him that he couldn't leave there. Like at the very end, it's like, oh god, oh man. But no, just that whole episode was just like a little bit. It was different, and it was more like a mind trip for sure, especially near the end. Like, oh man, she fucking played him.
Yeah,
I was laughing my ass off the entire time. I was like, where did this scene come from? I was like, are we about to get a love story in the middle of some like Mando shit going on?
Wouldn't be the first time somebody pulled something like that out.
She gives off some weird
love
vibes.
Story.
Yeah, no, I really want to see like what her character though is. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation for her character and the route it's going, so I'm not really sure. Her whole character throughout that whole episode gives you a weird vibe, and I think the episode prior, but I don't know. There's just something you can't really pinpoint. And at first you're like, is she bad? Or is she good? But then what's her motive? I don't know.
Definitely, she might still be working for like doing Moff Gideon's work, or like maybe like a plan for like the First Order possibly or something.
She might be breaking Gideon out. Wait, Gideon's already out, ain't he?
Both of them for her own agenda.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, I'm more like wondering like how the New Republic's really gonna like do this to this guy. Like, I mean, I know he kind of broke rules, but still, it's not that necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, they burned down Darth Vader's home planet. They don't care.
At all.
None. No fucks. At the end of the day, it's business.
At the end of the day.
I think Carlo Esposito teased that Moff Gideon is returning too. So it's
Gideon's definitely coming back. We just don't know how or when yet.
I love Giancarlo, man. He's a great actor.
Giancarlo for sure.
He's got so much range.
Yeah.
He's
the only reason Far Cry 4 was even playable. 6, was it 6?
It was 6. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Yeah, he's gonna be in the new Turtles movie. He's done.
Yep.
He's done a lot. He was even in DuckTales too. It's like the Phantom Blots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
dude, his acting chops are like,
oh god, yes.
Everybody
Breaking Bad.
phenomenal. Yeah,
Breaking Bad.
Oh man.
They're even
Gus,
pushing for
he
him
Gus?
to. Yeah,
Gus.
he did. Yeah.
Yep.
And Better Call Saul too as Gus still.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a
They're
great
pushing for
series
him.
too.
Mhm.
Yep.
I love
You know what
Better
we
Call Saul.
ultimately needed from that is at some point in Breaking Bad, we needed The Walking Dead, like something to. I know we had the blue meth.
Yeah.
In The Walking Dead that Daryl got from him, so we needed that tie-in at some point.
We could have seen a flashback tie-in of Merle. Merle like running his meth or whatever.
Because Merle's definitely Merle like got a little bit of everything like before the world and when.
Yeah. I mean, Merle looks like that meth running redneck, you know.
That would have worked too.
Yeah, everybody's pushing for Giancarlo to be Professor X for the MCU, and I
wouldn't be mad.
Okay,
wouldn't even.
I would
be
be okay with it. Nope. In all honesty, like if they were to, change him to, being that, I think he would be the only one that could really pull it off. And like, because I mean, he's so versatile, but he actually kind of like you naturally when you hear that, you're like, crap! Immediately, you're like, I can actually picture him as Professor X.
Yeah,
I really can.
Yeah,
and
his attitude. Yeah,
now you're saying that, Deontay, I can see that for sure. I've been hearing like a lot of rumors and like people like wanting to see Ben Barnes from The Punisher and Shadows and Bones as Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, that's one of my faves, man.
Yeah, that's probably been my favorite fan cast in it, and I think that one we might actually could get.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. Giancarlo would also make a good Magneto too, because he's got the attitude, and
that's true. That's actually true.
Right,
he does, but at the same time,
it depends on if you
almost want to see a Magneto a little bit more built, though.
Yeah, a little bit, especially in the earlier, depending on where we're going with the X-Men and where we're going to pick them up. Like as he got older, he relied heavily on his suit, but in the beginning, he didn't really rely on that suit because he was such a menacing person.
And Professor X is in a wheelchair, so his stature would be perfect for that. Where Magneto, you kind of expect a more fit person, anyways, no matter how old he is.
Oh,
definitely.
Man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anyone for Magneto. We still got to get Keke Palmer as Rogue for sure. If they try to like cast Gambit, would you guys think Channing Tatum would still be good, or just get someone else?
Dude, on Facebook they are pushing for a black Gambit and a black Rogue.
Well,
really,
we already won Keke Palmer as Rogue. We just don't know. Gambit,
I can see Keke Palmer as Rogue. There's a fan short that was made of Gambit. I mean, Rogue shows up at the end of it, but the guy, I don't know who he is, but it was just a fan short. But
he
the guy
looked a lot like him.
Yeah, it was like really freaking good.
Nice.
Yeah, Kiki's had experience with Southern accents in several movies too, so
well, she better be able to pull that one off.
Too.
Because if she don't pull that one off, she ain't gonna get nothing but hate.
I would like to see Taylor Kitsch have a redemption with a good with a well-written script this time.
I like that
because I think he's got the chops to pull it off. I think he does if he had someone write actually a decent movie.
I did like Taylor Kitsch in X-Men Origins as Gambit.
Yeah. I think also a good Magneto cast, if we did Giancarlo as Professor X, let Mad Mickelson be Magneto.
Boom.
Yeah,
I think he would be a good one.
Oh,
Madge is either my Magneto or Doom for me. I'll take Madge either or. Yeah.
Oh,
I love him, man. Like, and what sold me when I really started liking him and seeing how well he could act was the Hannibal series.
Yes,
dude,
I've heard Hannibal.
My favorite show.
So
that
good.
Is such a good
my
show.
God, dude,
man. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a huge Anthony Hopkins fan, and there's not too many roles Anthony Hopkins plays that I can say somebody could top it. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but he topped Anthony Hopkins acting as Hannibal.
Yeah. But think though that we got that's two different generations of
it's two eras.
Two eras.
Right.
Anthony Hopkins was the end of the line.
True. It's very true.
But Madge, man, that his
Man.
informative years up until his early to mid 30s, I guess is what it was. God damn, though, he killed it.
I started this show and did not get stopped until I was at least season 4.
Oh, it's easy.
Easily.
No, I've never seen Hannibal, but I've heard it's very.
You're missing out.
I clearly.
And if you read the book based off like the Hannibal character, the Red Dragon, and all that stuff, go back and read the books too. They are even better.
And having fans that like been wanting them to do like a limited series or like a movie because of how the show ended or something. I'm not sure.
It just kind of ended.
Fizzled out.
Yeah, it was really weird. I'm like,
kind of like Dexter before like the new limited
series.
Yeah,
when they had to bring back a limited series to kind of close all that out. It would be nice if they would do that. Do I think we'll get it? Probably not, but at least we got it for Dexter.
Right.
Yeah, that's a win.
Yeah.
Small wins, baby.
Yeah, I love Dexter too. You know, it would be kind of cool, and he may need a bulk up some because you can't expect Doom to be a pretty fit guy too. But he's another great versatile actor, and that's Cillian Murphy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
But
I love the way he played Scarecrow. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Basically,
and, to be honest, he's got the build though. It wouldn't take him much.
No, it wouldn't take much at all. But I think he could pull a character off, a Doom character.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything directed by Christopher Nolan, Cillian Murphy's in.
Yeah, him and Tom Hardy.
And Tom Hardy.
And
Michael see. Speaking of Tom Hardy, they're bringing back season 2 of Voodoo finally. It's been 6 years. So Voodoo is like this real dark. No, it's not Voodoo. It's a Taboo. It's Taboo.
I remember hearing Taboo. I never got to watch it, but I heard it
was ridiculous. It's like
what's it on?
FX?
Hulu?
FX,
yeah, FX and Hulu.
Watch on Hulu. Yeah. But it's like amazing. Like it's supernatural meets. I'm trying to think, man. It's a crazy show. It's like Tom Hardy's brainchild. He brought the story to life.
I love Tom Hardy, man.
Twins, it's right?
He's such a dope dude.
Tom Hardy plays twins, doesn't he? Or no?
He does. I can't. It's a gangster movie. He does.
I've seen that. Shoot, what is that?
It's got Shia LaBeouf in it too.
Yeah,
it's when Shia LaBeouf like kind of went out on his own finally. But
and a lot of people give him crap for his version of Bane, because he didn't have the venom pumping all through it. But man, I know it's not the comic accurate version, but I loved his version of Bane too. Like the mask, his voice, all of it.
He sold it. He sold it for me.
And we've only had like one other version of Bane in live action. That was from Batman and Robin too.
Yeah.
And that was more comic accurate, but man, it was cheesy.
It was definitely cheesy.
Lawless is the name of that movie.
Oh,
Lawless isn't. He's not playing two people though.
No. But Lawless is the one
I love Lawless. I love that
like,
movie.
Away from the Disney
where they're running
Channel.
moonshine in the Prohibition era.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
Dude, I'm gonna check that out now.
Have you seen Warrior with him and
Mark Wahlberg?
No. Nick Nolte,
is,
Tom Hardy, and Joe Egerton. And Nick Nolte plays their dad.
The brothers.
Two brothers, and one's a teacher and one's a Marine that goes AWOL, and they don't have a good relationship with their dad, and they go into UFC fighting. One does it for money. They both do it for money. Well, man, you talk about a movie that will get you like in your emotions every time. I don't care how many times you watch it. It will, man. It is. If you've not seen Warrior is a phenomenal movie. I watch it at least twice a year.
Okay.
Isn't Amy Adams in that movie as well? Or I'm thinking of something. Oh,
Jennifer Morrison's in it. So is Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
You can't have a fake UFC movie without Frank Grillo.
Yeah, that's the guy that plays in MCU.
And I do love Jennifer Morrison a lot too. She's great.
Who does Frank Grillo play in an MCU?
Crossbones.
Crossbones, yes.
Yeah. He's also like the only recurring character in The Purge.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
really?
true.
He's going to be in the new one too.
Right.
I haven't seen the last one that came out.
No,
Wasn't he already in The Purge?
He was in the Anarchy and Election Year.
Yep.
There's rumor that he's supposed to be in the in the next one if they make it, because they've made 5 movies and 1 series.
He's in the next one. It's already confirmed.
Oh, right on.
Oh, the movie I'm talking about was Legend. Thank you, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Fact checker extraordinaire for the win.
Yeah. The Purge is more like thriller and just like just nonstop, just like bloody gore, just action packed. It's not really like horror. Just
I think I've seen the first 2, and I haven't seen nothing past the second one. Maybe the third one.
The second one was my favorite, partially because of Frank Grillo for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a TV show that he did. It's a TV series. It had one of the Jonas Brothers in it. I can't remember the Kingdom.
Huh.
But he's a retired MMA fighter. His sons are MMA fighters on the amateur circuit. But it's got one of the Jonas Brothers in it.
Probably Joe Jonas, probably.
And it's a TV show.
Yeah, it's Nick Jonas.
Oh,
it's on Netflix.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right, Nick. Yeah.
But Nick Jonas's character, I think, toward the midway through season 1 or the end of season 1, his brother realizes that he's gay. Like Nick Jonas's character is gay, which in the MMA world, that's kind of like a no-no. It's like not
common,
but
yeah.
But it's a great TV series. Give it a go.
Kingdom.
It is. It's actually really good. I think it's like 3 or 4 seasons, but they're all really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
The twin gangster movie was Legend, but there was another movie with Mark Wahlberg boxing in it, and his love interest was Amy Adams, but I cannot remember.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
I think his final opponent was Tom Hardy too when he was boxing.
The Fighter.
The Fighter, yeah,
yes, The Fighter
came out in 2010.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
that was good.
I need to see Warrior now so I can see what the hype's about.
That's
like lie. Warrior is so good. Like if you're not going to sleep after this, it's worth watching tonight. Like it's that good.
I'm in the middle of watching the John Wick series again, so I'm getting ready.
I'm fixing to too. I haven't seen the last one still, and I know that one just came out theaters. So
you could technically skip 3. Wasn't that good?
Really?
Yeah.
John Wick 4.
Somebody saw it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I
haven't even seen it.
No, it's out in theaters now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in theaters. Yeah.
I haven't even seen John Wick 1.
Oh, really? I've seen 1 and 2. That's it. So.
But I've only watched the first John Wick movie, but it's been so long ago, I don't remember hardly any of it. Besides, someone kills John Wick's dog, and he just loses it.
Not only did he kill John Wick's dog, he killed John Wick's dog on the day he buried his wife.
Ooh.
Or the day after he buried
his
wife.
That makes it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And his wife arranged to have the dog delivered upon her death.
Will said he's
and there's a beautiful beagle named Daisy. All right. So they were fucked from the beginning.
But
that's the wrong. Yeah.
All my friends have told me to watch the John Wick movies. If anything, I'll probably have to try and watch them all for sure.
We need to try watching. We all go see 4. Will said he's seen all 3 too.
Right on.
I mean, it'll probably be playing for at least 3 weeks at theater.
Oh yeah, easy.
Definitely.
Yep. And then I know there's a spin-off TV series called Ballerina coming out.
No, that's they're doing a TV series for the Continental. I know that.
So the Ballerina's coming first, and then we're getting the Continental.
Yes, but Ballerina's supposed to be a movie.
Oh, is it a movie?
Mm-hmm.
I just know that Keanu's already shot his parts for it,
along with, and I believe
Ana de Armas, or is that who it is? Who's playing the ballerina?
Yeah,
Ana de Armas.
And these are spin-offs.
Yeah,
yeah.
So the John Wick universe itself is apparently this huge
expanding. Apparently,
yeah. Thank the fucking Matrix, I guess. It's kind of like this huge ordeal. It's like the writers, directors, producers, they're all like, we can play this out for quite a while.
Yeah, this is our first time
going there to do it.
Yeah, this is our first time going live in a while. So it's just speaking of John Wick, rest in peace, Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
That's crazy that he just passed.
Like
Dude,
Yeah.
he literally posted on Instagram like a few hours before he passed away. He was playing Xbox and watching TV or something with his dog on the couch.
Playing Destiny 2.
Goodness.
Yeah, then he went to sleep that night.
and just never
And-
woke up.
Yeah.
He died after playing the video game he voice acted for.
So they're expanding.
Wow.
They're going to expand the game to include him in it more because there's a lot of source material they hadn't used yet with him in it. So they're about to drop all of this new source material to honor him, and then he's getting like this. They're doing a shrine, the whole 9 for him in the game.
They're probably going to do like a heroic death for Commander Zavala. That's the character he plays.
Yeah.
So they'll probably do like a heroic death for him, kill him off, call it good.
And another game franchise that he's been in the last couple of years, the Horizon game, like Island. I mean, anyone who listens to this knows, you guys definitely know, Horizon Forbidden West is like one of my favorite games. But still, he was a big part of those games. He was great, and man, it's just part of me. Oh God, he was just amazing, and I'm just like, how are they gonna do a third game without him? Oh my gosh, it's hard.
So he's had enough like source material there to where he can still be in the game. It's kind of like the voice of Darth Vader. It's just like all the voice acting is done. All they got to do is cut and paste and do all that fun stuff.
Hopefully.
Sorry, Cameron, I was not laughing at you.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Freaking Ben down there.
I'm used to it. But still.
Did y'all
Ben
see
doing
Knock
Ben
Knock?
Gaines in the
I
chat.
know the funny story. I didn't know, but yeah.
I've seen that movie too, and
Yeah.
So like I kind of could relate. So hey, I did come out around the same time.
But man, and also just Lance Reddick has just had he's been done so much over the years. The Wire, he's been on Law and Order, he was on The Blacklist. He's
I love The Blacklist.
The Blacklist was good.
Man,
Yeah.
so good.
Is oh my gosh, it's in
Didn't he make it to the MCU?
No.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No, and he was never in anything X-Men or DC wise, or at least not live.
He'd make a good Professor X.
He would have.
It was always rumored, but never true.
He was in the Jonah Hex movie. I remember that. He was in Jonah Hex.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jonah Hex. Yeah.
He showed DC some love.
Damn straight, for sure. And I know he's definitely voiced a lot of roles too. He was in DuckTales. He was in just a lot of different. I think he was in like maybe Green Lantern. I can't remember. Oh, he was in Beware the Batman, voicing Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, yeah.
That voice will fit Race for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm gonna miss him for sure. So rest in peace to the GOAT. Every time I hear "break on John," if you're familiar with TikTok, there's like a lot of gamers that like get headshots, and that's the sound effect that plays when they shoot them in the head. So it's "break on John." Pow! So I'm gonna miss Lance for that as well. That was a great gift that he left behind.
Definitely. There is like one funny thing that whenever I think of something funny with Lance Reddick, have you guys watched the Eric Andre show?
I've seen maybe 2 episodes.
I haven't watched a lot of it, but he went on the Eric Andre show like a few years ago, and I guess he had this planned, or like they planned it with the producers. I don't know. He punched the desk. He left the stage. Then the curtains opens, and he comes out like wearing like I guess like only pants, shirtless with chains, and like wearing like the visors that Georgie wears in Star Trek: The Next Generation, and just like singing something like warp speed, like he's going on like warp speed. Where's my role? It's ridiculous and hilarious.
I don't think I've ever seen that show. I think I know what you're talking about though.
It's ridiculous. I mean, Eric Andre is a really funny guy. He's definitely got like similar to like Jackass vibes, but like he would do anything anytime to make someone laugh or just fuck someone. He's made people like throw up on the show. It's just I know it's ridiculous. Oh man.
Well,
why do I feel like we're lost without Deontay?
I
think he got a phone call.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I did hear his phone vibrating.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's good. I guess I can go on and well, you guys.
What's our next topic?
I was gonna say, I think that was about it.
Was this all we were doing tonight?
Before we covered was Mandalorian and Shazam, and he said, but hey, on the Mandalorian, by the way, don't you think they would find a new place to freaking train? I mean, you got the creature coming out of the water, eat him. Now you got the dragon. I mean, come on. I mean,
who knows? I don't know.
That wasn't his phone. Fucking bid, man. I swear.
Man,
oh,
who fucking knows? I mean, they gotta.
Oh my god.
They're not gonna want to go back to Mandalore right now.
Right.
Maybe Tatooine or just somewhere else. But I
Does
guess
Tatooine even exist right now, or has that already been like?
Tatooine isn't gone. It shouldn't be.
That's Alderaan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. I was gonna talk a little bit. I was gonna want to talk a little bit about Gotham Knights and Superman and Lois, which just like premiered their seasons like a few weeks ago. Because you got.
Now what are those on HBO Max?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Superman and Lois is. Gotham Knights just premiered their first. It's just like a whole new show. It's based on like the game and the stories, and it's.
Where can you watch that on?
CW. It's different. It's like one of the newer DC shows that since they're all basically either being dying off or getting canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still kind of, man, I hate it. I really still want to see the freaking was it Batgirl or Batwoman?
Batgirl movie.
Batgirl, yeah. I mean, it went all the way through, and then you got someone like Brandon Fraser.
It couldn't have been that bad if. Yeah, it
and now after him winning this award, his name alone probably could have carried the weight of the movie, and it did.
Dude,
fine.
it would have carried the weight of that movie.
And
Big time.
I was really psyched to see Leslie Grace as Batgirl. She would have been freaking awesome. I'm sure. Yeah. But no, Gotham Knights, the show. It's got a good setup. It's definitely got. It's not like any of the other shows for sure. It's got a lot up to live up to. Most of the cast is like the only really recognizable person they have on there is Misha Collins, who would play Castiel on Supernatural for like ever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's playing Harvey Dent. They've got Duella Dent. They're doing Carrie Kelly as Robin. They're doing Stephanie Brown and Harper Row, I believe. And a few others, and apparently they've got like an original character for Bruce's adopted son, which is different. Not my favorite character.
So that's my one thing within any universe, whether it be Marvel or DC. Don't be fucking inventing shit just for a TV show.
Unless
there's enough shit in the comic book,
that
y'all fuck up, not to be adding shit else.
Right. Unless it like legitimately, I'm good with it. If not, then fuck. But
a lot of the new school directors just don't give a shit.
They don't. But,
that's once again why they need those consultants, like you were talking about earlier. They need these comic consultants. If they're not going to let them write it, let them consult.
Like, I guarantee you call up some of these comic book writers who wrote Batman and Superman and anything else, and go, "Hey, I throw you a couple of bones and give you some TV credit."
They would.
Oh yeah, they jump on it in a heartbeat because that's their bread and butter. That's their love children.
Yep.
And they don't want to see it fucked up more than the fans of the comic books want to see it get fucked up.
Right.
Your comic book writers are so different than your movie writers because that was a passion. That was something that they loved and they cared about. Where, in movie writing nowadays, you're lucky to get somebody's passionate and caring about it instead of someone just wanting to put their name on a label and make a lot of money.
I'm just writing this to get paid. I don't give a
right. And that's the biggest issue, and that's why they should let them either write it or consult with the writers.
I want to write with passion for sure.
Me too.
And it looks like they're doing the Court of Owls for the villains for Gotham Knights too. Like
Really?
Well, yeah,
Really?
yeah, they're doing the Court of Owls.
What are they going to
Nice.
use for source material? There's not really a whole lot of source material out there per se. We know they're in the universe. We know they're behind the scenes. We know nothing happens within DC without the Court of Owls basically being like, yeah, let's try this. Let's pull this string. Let's do that.
Right. I mean, they might pull a few source material from what's out there in DC comics and possibly from the game that just came out, because that's very much similar to this. Only difference is just probably the game's going to be better than this show, possibly.
Because we just got the Court of Owls in the newest Batman versus Spawn.
Right. That's hopefully I can keep trudging through and seeing how it is, and hopefully it'll be better than.
Because now I'm interested, because Court of Owls is probably one of the most fascinating stories that we've ever. That's kind of told but not told. Nobody really knows. Nobody really explores it, and I don't know if DC does that on purpose or what. And absolutely right. If we do not get talent out of this, then I will be really irritated.
I would think they're gonna do it like a talent or two for sure.
Yeah.
But the only other show that's done like a live action Court of Owls is Gotham, and for what Gotham was, I thought they did a fairly good job with the Court of Owls.
Real quick, has WB owned the rights to DC's major titles for 30 years?
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, I mean, since '89, at least.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, Gotham Knights, and then season 3 of Superman and Lois, which is still probably one of the best DC shows for sure.
Is it really?
Yeah, have you never seen it?
No.
You should watch it.
You're talking about the new one, right? It's like 2 seasons out or something.
Yeah, they just started their 3rd season. It's Tyler Hoechlin, who's played Superman since Supergirl. And
I seen it came across the other day, I think on HBO Max, and the only reason I've not watched it is I haven't really heard a whole lot of talk about it. But the guy playing Superman, like on the face, it looks really corny. I'm gonna be honest with you, he looks super corny. I'm like, that looks like
his action figure
that looks like a Superman
McFarlane
ordered
really
from Wish.
Like he has a really good action figure that is like phenomenal from Todd McFarlane in his DC universe. He's got probably one of the better Superman figures.
Just that cover photo on HBO Max, I'm like, yeah, that's a Wish.
Yeah,
Superman.
it's like they find the most unflattering looking shit and like slap it up there.
For anyone watching who loves Teen Wolf, they'll know Tyler Hoechlin because he is the Superman for sure. And what's different about this show is that they actually make Superman Clark and Lois like parents to like teenagers. We see they have 2 kids, Jonathan and Jordan.
Yeah,
who are the whole cast for the most part is like stellar for sure. Emmanuel.
Which Teen Wolf? The new one or the Michael J.
Yeah, he
Fox
plays
one?
the original Alpha in season 1.
Oh, okay.
They have Emmanuel Chikri as Lana Lane, and they've done a lot for the last 2 years so far.
But of the 2 kids, Jonathan's the only one that ends up with powers, if I'm not mistaken.
In the comics, but with the show, they did the switch. Jordan it has the powers. Jonathan does.
Okay.
And they even bring in John Henry Irons too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Twist in the 1st season, but I think his name's Alex.
So this one is taking place after the original death of Superman, then, because that's when we got John Henry, Superman, or Man of Steel, the real Man of Steel that was originally done by Shaq.
Right.
Which honestly, to God, that was a horrible movie. But
I've never seen it, but
I love the fact that it was brought to the big screen.
Yeah,
big screen, just direct video for sure. But it's a little bit of a twist. Like they do it differently for sure. Like, but once you watch it, it makes sense for sure. Because especially with CW shows and like the Crisis on Infinite Earths, it makes sense once you watch it. But they do a really good job with that, with everything so far. And season 3, it just started taking on a little bit more grounded, storylines with dealing with actual cancer, like one of the with Lois actually having breast cancer. So yeah, and yeah.
Someone asked, "Is this show based on Clark from Another Earth?" Is that
it? It's this version of Superman was like separate from Arrow.
It's not Earth 616.
Oh, okay, so it's like an Elseworlds type thing.
More or less, yes. It's not the same universe as like Flash and Arrow and all of them. It doesn't make sense, but it is what it is.
Is it a Greg Berlanti show?
I don't know if he might have had a hand in this. I'm not sure. But yeah, and even I think Tom Cavanaugh directed the premiere for this season too, and they have Chad Coleman from The Walking Dead and now as Bruno Mannheim, who should be.
So, true story, right? Smallville. I didn't realize Smallville was a fucking Superman show for like 2 seasons, maybe 3. 2 and 2 never fucking added up to me.
How?
Dude, I don't know.
It was Clark Kent. How do you know?
I know.
The Kent form. Green kryptonite.
Dude, but you don't see none of that for like the first season. Is just like, oh, Clark Kent's a guy.
They call him like the Red Flash.
They call him like the Blur, I think.
The Blur. That was yeah. So honestly, man, and I still stay firm on this. I feel like Tom Welling, back when he was doing those series, he deserved to get a Superman movie. He actually looked a lot like the original Superman. I mean, he had that Christopher Reeve young look. And I feel like if they would have
the hair, the body, the whole nine.
I feel like if they would have gave him the haircut and he had the body, everything, they could have made him into Superman movies with the right writers and directors. And I feel like they really missed on a great opportunity with that, because then they could have carried on such a huge continuation with the Smallville series into some movies.
Right.
So there was a rumor that was a plan. And
there was supposed to be a movie afterwards.
Yeah.
They never got it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, from what I've heard about Tom and Michael Rosenbaum, the best Lex Luthor in the world, probably.
Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite too.
But I think I've heard them say online that they might be doing an animated version of Smallville, after the show, set after.
Really?
Yeah.
That was
cool. At one point.
You mean like Jesse Eisenberg?
No, I mean I love Jesse Eisenberg.
The fact that he ate
that person. No, if anything, Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman was a good one.
And don't laugh at me for this, but John Cryer from Supergirl are probably some of my favorites.
No, John Cryer was actually a really good one.
He was so good. He was surprisingly good. He did a better job than, because when you hear John Cryer's name, you think Alan Harper from 2.5 Men.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first heard he was going to play Lex Luthor, it's like,
I was so severely disappointed until I seen him play it.
Right.
Really?
I saw the trailer and then
I've not seen it.
Oh,
he nails it.
What does he play it in?
Supergirl. I
haven't seen that. I cannot picture that guy playing.
Neither did I. But
nobody could.
Like him. He has ferocity. He nails Lex Luthor for sure.
He has surprisingly got some range on his acting chops, because he
ever since 2.5 Men ended, absolutely.
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg, man, I like him as an actor, but that was not the role.
No. But you know what? I could have seen him be playing is a Brainiac.
He would.
Okay.
He could have pulled off Brainiac.
He could have done that.
I feel like he
Possibly.
should just keep on popping out the more Now You See Me movies. I love him in those movies.
So
Actually,
do I. I
yeah,
love the
I
Now You
actually
See Me
like
movies.
those too.
They're
Yeah.
still supposed to be making a third.
That whole cast is
it's actually
great.
being done.
Right.
Actually,
Confirmed.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
I love those movies.
with Benedict Cumberbatch in the third one.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh
we're
man, yeah.
still getting.
I love Woody
Stephen
Harrelson. I love Woody
Strange.
Harrelson
Woody.
too.
Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson.
Yeah.
Yes, he's
Mhm.
hilarious. I love Woody.
And so we're supposed to be getting a White Man Can't Jump too
Really?
with the original
Yeah.
cast. Yeah,
Oh
That's great.
wow!
They're like
With-
running like.
With Wesley Snipes was in that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rosie
man.
Perez, man, come on,
Oh,
Rosie.
Rosie,
Bro.
baby.
You
Yeah.
think
If you didn't have a
Marvel-
crush on her when back then you were wrong.
Also known as every cop stereotype from Birds of Prey.
Yes.
Mm.
Do you think in the Blade? I know it's kind of off subject. It made me think of this. Do you think we'll get like a small little cameo of Wesley Snipes? Do you think Marvel will allow that, or do you think that they're salty about that whole Blade thing still?
I
want
would
him to
think
be-
they'd be cool enough. I think they'd allow.
I would love to see a cameo of him in the
Yes,
Blade.
for
I want him
sure.
to be Blade's dad. If he could come in and be Blade's dad.
No.
His dad was a villain at some
This
point.
is why
too,
how
so
I
it's-
think it should happen.
yeah.
It should be one of those where Blade is fighting, and then somebody knocks the sword from Blade's hand, and then all of a sudden this dude catches it, and then like flips it and hands it back to him and goes,
Oh yeah.
Here.
Ooh,
and then Blade's just kind of like, the fuck?
Now I'll tell you who I do want to see, and actually I want to see this. I would rather see this cameo over Wesley Snipes. I want to see Chris Christopherson Whistler, like
Dude.
cameo.
Dude.
And I
Yeah.
want to hear him like say something, even if he don't play a Whistler, like let him be a cameo and say something about motherfucker or something like that.
Do like the
Dude.
opening. Like you remember how in the first one, how you get that cold opening,
Mhm.
and it's like Whistler kind of giving the story.
Right. Oh yeah,
That
let
would
him
be
narrate
aw-
it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great. Chris
Dude.
Christopherson, like I mean, he just has that unique voice, and
Dude,
I mean,
he
I don't know.
is
I love him.
phenomenal.
What I would love to see is like
Ryan Reynolds.
no, I was literally about to say to have Deadpool and Blade have a scene just like Deadpool make a joke about like, ooh, it's a Trinity right now or like something.
If
He's
you're
like,
gonna give
"Didn't
us Ryan Reynolds, give us Jessica Biel too. I mean,
Oh
right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Jessica Biel Timberlake.
got a
Give us the
crush
whole,
on her ever since
hey, so
Seventh
that-
Heaven.
I don't give a shit what anybody says. That was a fucking good comic run
What's
when he was a
that?
part of that team.
which
Mhm.
was
The
Blade?
Blade Trinity, the comic book that one was based
Well-
off of.
Uh-huh.
It was actually a really good run.
no, not the comic, just the movie for sure. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. I was like, the comic was actually good. I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. It was a good run. It's probably one of Blade's better stuff. Well, he's got Midnight Suns going on right now, which is actually really good too.
I love Trinity. Trinity was a good movie.
I like Trinity, but
I
once
did
again,
too.
another wrestler trying to be an actor. that
Triple
didn't
H?
go over well.
Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H. That's right. Triple H.
Yeah.
Oh God, I forgot.
Paul
Yeah.
Levesque.
Oh my God.
Hey, he's running WWE right now. So hey, who's
Yeah.
fucking winning? All right.
He
Yeah.
got defeated by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh man.
Dude,
Wait,
he got beat by a Ryan Reynolds. That's when he ultimately like stepped into that superhero role, and that dude
Yeah.
packed on like 50 pounds of fucking muscle. Because he went from like still waiting to like fucking buff vampire hunter.
Dude.
Yeah. That was. I would say that's probably his first cinema debut. Actually, chiseled from cut.
Not playing like the guy who like into someone's like that.
Do what?
Your audio?
No,
Oh.
I feel like when Ryan's not trying to be like Van Wilder, just like go crazy or like.
Oh yeah.
Well, Van
Yeah.
Wilder was like his prequel to Deadpool, man.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. I want Deadpool to just hop through with like with Cable's technology and
He
just
is.
shoot the OG version of himself. in
That's a
Blade.
rumor. That's a rumor. Yeah. He
Yeah.
might be like sliding
Yeah.
through time to like.
He is
see
sliding through
Logan.
time because I mean we're getting what's her name Miss Minutes or whatever.
Yeah, we're getting this minutes, and then
Yeah.
also Hugh Jackman confirmed that he's gonna be playing a dual role.
Yeah, so we're getting
Okay.
two versions of Wolverine,
Right.
and we're getting the suit, and you know the fucking suit we're talking
Oh,
about.
man.
Oh yeah, the one we
Even-
deserve. I want to see. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I really hope they stick kind of to like what we seen at the end of the Wolverine in that suitcase,
Right.
Because I feel like that was a really good version of that, but in a cinematic version that wasn't too cartoony and it looked good.
But
Yeah,
yellow and like brown over yellow and blue.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. I mean, the one in the suitcase was like a darkish golden.
It was like almost like a gold and a really dark blue.
Oh, was it dark blue?
It looked like a really dark blue.
I thought it was like brown, like dark brown.
But damn, now I gotta go back and watch the end of that fucking movie.
Well, I'm gonna Google it real quick because I'm curious.
Yeah, I prefer yellow and black. It'll be a little bit more stealth friendly.
And there's also a rumor that that Owen Wilson will be in.
He's playing Mobius.
Will be in Mobius.
That's confirmed.
Like, basically tracking them down.
Dude, that's confirmed.
No, it's yellow and black in the Wolverine.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay.
Black. Okay. Black and yellow.
That's confirmed.
Black and yellow.
Owen Wilson will be back as Mobius. As a time cop, I think is what he is.
Yeah. He was sitting right next. He was sitting right next to Loki in the Quantumanium post credits. He was sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And once again, I know we're not trying to repeat.
I like Owen Wilson.
I love Owen Wilson.
I do.
Absolutely.
Like I like his brother even more, but his brother doesn't show up in enough stuff. But goddamn, do I not? I
Luke
love
Wilson.
Yeah, Luke is
Oh,
great.
I forgot about that being his brother.
Yeah, it's his older brother.
Oh my gosh!
Even though the older brother looks
he's
younger.
the one with the straight nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! No, you want to see something that's really good with Luke Wilson in? Watch Stargirl. He's Pat Dugan.
I thought you were gonna say Old School.
Dude,
no,
hell yeah, dude.
Well, that too.
I will watch Old School like randomly throughout
You're
the
my
week.
boy, Blue.
Oh my gosh! No, he played Pat Dugan in the Stargirl show and had the actual like striped like giant robots.
Really? I have to check that out.
Stargirl is amazing. That's definitely one of the best DC series for sure.
No, keep getting off on tangents, but I want to see a sequel to his Real Steel with Hugh Jackman.
Thank you. Yeah.
Real Steel was a good movie.
I like that.
Yeah,
movie.
I was about to say I've heard.
Movies.
I read a rumor that
you heard a rumor.
I read a rumor that Hugh Jackman actually wants to do a Real Steel too.
Oh man,
he definitely does. I know he definitely does.
That movie was phenomenal.
It really was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
so
was
well done. And
movie.
then you got some of the, we got like two other people from the Wolverine Origins cast that was in that too. Guy that played Fred Dukes was in there.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was one more. I think I could be wrong. But man, that movie was great. Great cast. Everybody in it did phenomenal.
It's like Mackie and
one of the
Evangeline
better.
Lilly were in it too.
It's one of the better underdog stories you get out there with the father trying to make himself better for his son.
Right. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
Oh my god.
We got some Stargirl feedback.
Was a spoof
Stargirl
or satire? This person don't know what they're talking about for sure.
I think that's Kenpachi. Is that Kenpachi?
No. I'm serious. If that is Kenpachi, then he can talk to me like later. We'll go at it. No, Stargirl. Stargirl was a really good series. Had an amazing cast. They did Injustice Society.
Swap Captain America. Come on,
No, they did
man.
not.
Wow.
Stone fucking cold over here.
Eclipso and just so much. They even had John Wesley Shipp on it as Jay Garrick.
Yes. And they even brought in Martian Manhunter, man. They even didn't they have
they
a
did it
whole
wrong,
arc?
Really?
They did a lot. They just and they even had Joel McHale as Starman.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we're talking about this again, Mephisto, how do y'all feel about
Special presentation?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Speaking of which,
my guy, there he is. I didn't even see that. That's awesome. I want that shirt now.
Well, that's from our merch store. We designed, or Danny designed this actually.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Yeah, that's Madison with a Y, but not where you think.
I
love that.
In front of Mephisto. It says Queen on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. But
The only thing that could be better than that is if she's sitting on the couch next to Wong watching TV. That could be the only
Yeah,
thing better.
yeah.
Holding a martini. Both of them holding martinis.
Well,
DFS for
our
life.
whole
With
big theory
popcorn.
is when she went to the hell realm and she's talking about, you know, she had to sacrifice a goat for a demon and all that.
It was
Swear to God, it's Mephisto. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mephisto. So that's where
my
this design
God.
came from.
If we see Madison coming back and be like, doing something with Mephisto, be like,
Yeah.
oh my
Well,
god.
we're gonna say she's the queen of hell now. So,
Dude,
That's
I
a
can
fact.
see that because it's Madison with a Y, but not where you
Not where you
think.
think. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, one of the wildest
yeah.
moments from that show. But yeah, I mean,
Wildest, dude. That made the fucking show.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But yeah, you can get on comicallyinclined.com, click on the merch store and order that.
Okay, I didn't know it was on there. Now I gotta get it.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of merch we've designed that's on there. Deontay's representing too right now.
I know. I gotta get mine. Gotta get mine now. I'm slacking, man. I don't even have my SSN shirt. I got my North Face hoodie on.
I don't even have any merch. I just got a Danny Phantom shirt on right now.
Yeah, my SNN merch isn't even here yet. It's on the way. It's on the way.
But
I'll be
ordering. You gonna get it in time for Cape Con?
Cape Anime?
I'm hoping so.
Cape Anime Con.
Yeah, either DFPN shirts or SNN shirts. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm about to order the whole stinking lot of everything, man. My DFPN, the whole nine.
Yeah, my Comically Inclined shirts got here the fastest. So.
Well, shit, it was only coming from 3 blocks away. It should have.
True.
Well, well, we actually don't make them. We have that. There's a company.
Teespring?
No, I can't remember which one it is through, but they don't even print them and make them until you order them, and then they ship them to you. I think it takes like 10 days. I think roughly 10 to 12 days.
Yeah, Doom Patrol's done. I don't know who's asking that, but Doom Patrol is getting asked. This will be their last season as well.
So will Titans too.
Titans, which is disappointing because it was finally getting good again.
It's definitely gotten better as the show went on.
Yeah,
they just released the trailer for like their last episodes, and Tim Drake looks like a boss in that Robin suit.
Dude, Tim Drake, the dude playing Tim Drake is built to play Tim Drake.
Jay Erica, he's great, and actually, he was in the Batman too. In the opening, he was in the Batman. He was like the guy that was.
You know what Batman I was thinking of earlier is the one from the Titans.
Yeah, that guy's a good actor.
He's good. He plays the older Batman that's the actual mentor to the Titans. And
right.
That's the Batman I was thinking of. That's my bad for earlier.
Ian Glenn, but no, Jay Erica, he's the kid in the opening of the Batman. And what I noticed when I was first watching it, it's like he's wearing like a red hood. I was like, is that Jason Todd?
Dude, that's what we need is a fucking Jason Todd appearance in a fucking Batman movie.
Yeah,
he could play Tim Drake,
just a Batman movie about Jason Todd. Just give it Jason Todd, damn it.
Make sure the timeline is right too. Make sure the timeline syncs up.
The timeline should sync up because he can be Tim Drake in Titans, and he can be up right next to Robert Pattinson as Jason Todd in Batman.
The only thing is Robert is on year 2 as Batman currently.
Yeah.
He's like fairly young.
So who I can't remember who is supposed to be the villains in the new Batman, the second one that's being done.
We're getting Two-Face, I think, is the rumor.
Yeah, but Robert says he wants Court of Owls.
Yeah, so I wonder, and I could be wrong, and we may not be getting this soon, but they're really heavily focusing on Gotham being frozen over. On the deal. Are we getting a Mr. Freeze? That's what I'm wondering. I really feel like we're going to get Mr. Freeze.
I want a Mr. Freeze too. I know Thomas wants a Mr. Freeze.
I wouldn't be mad if we got a Mr. Freeze and a young Harvey Dent before he became Two-Face.
Kind of an evolution of his character first.
Yeah. If they actually, if we're going to stay with Robert Pattinson, which I kind of hope we do, because he's young enough to where we can get through a lot of stuff.
I want him to solve more mysteries. So
yes.
I will stay away from super powered villains and then keep it like characters that is on his level and can make him solve mysteries.
Well,
before we get to the clay faces and stuff like that, because I still want to see.
I want a clay face. Me too. I've said that already. So the Batman series that I do love and I grew up on was the 90s animation.
Then get some heavier stuff.
And I want to see a Clayface. I know it's not as a well-known villain that people love, But I think with the way CGI is nowadays, I want to see a Clayface.
Could be done magically right now. It's the time.
You know
who would play?
You know who would play good Dr. Freeze or Mr. Freeze? Giancarlo.
Oh,
I would love to see him as a Victor Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, yeah.
Because he was older to begin with. He was a doctor.
Older than Batman.
And the whole purpose
I think
was to save
he would
his
be
wife.
a good one.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
He would have made a great Jim Gordon too. He kind of
he could actually he actually could,
Or another good Jim Gordon would be the guy who played on Daredevil Netflix series. He played
what's his name?
Ben Urich.
Yeah, Ben Urich. Yes, that guy would have played a good Jim Gordon too.
Would be great for sure.
Absolutely.
But no, I definitely want a Mr. Freeze. I think somehow, for some reason, they might be bringing back the Riddler and Joker, but not as the main villains.
I think they're gonna start foreshadowing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting a Joker yet.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I think we need to be at least maybe 4 deep before we start breaking out the fucking Riddler.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, I would kill for a Solomon Grundy, a Clayface, a Man Bat, a Talon.
Dude, I want Deadshot. I want Azrael, maybe Anarchy. Like something that'll make him like, all right, I got to go Detective Bats again in order to beat these guys.
The order.
Hugo Strange.
The order.
Hey, so
Detective
Will is asking us, who would we like to see play the child actor and adult actor play Franklin Richards in the new Fantastic Four?
Frank, adult and child.
Yeah. So
Franklin Richards,
the son of Freedom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
That's hard.
I mean, I hadn't even thought about it, so I'm kind of on the spot here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Will.
Yeah, no. Do you really think Pattinson is the right universe for Clayface and Grundy?
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not right now.
No,
not right now.
Like,
give it to James Gunn's Batman, not this Batman.
The brave and the bold. But no, when Deontay said Azrael, I thought like the Order Dumas would make a great like detective crime noir because so mysterious and it's hardly ever done.
Azrael is probably my favorite version of the Batman beside Hush.
Hush would be a great choice too.
Hush, they set it up because the reporter from the first movie was the father of Thomas Elliot. So set up that easily, and Robert Pattinson, if he could do double duty as Batman and Hush.
Yeah, especially trying to clear his own name. Like Detective Bats having to clear his own name, that's going to be cash.
Since
that's what I really want to see with Pattinson's Batman is more of the original detective Batman.
Right.
I think that would be
And since Robert Pattinson, his Batman is basically Batman 24/7, Hush could just be Bruce Wayne all the time and just fuck up his like social life and frame him for shit and be like, oh fuck, I need to work on my all three.
Yeah, you can team him back up with Catwoman once again. You could bring you could probably introduce Robin in the second movie. You don't need to.
But which Robin would you want?
I start with Dick, a young Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson. Yeah.
And let it be toward the end.
Yeah,
like let it be toward the end of where they kind of get introduced to each other or whatever. Maybe at the end, or maybe like 2/3 through that movie, his parents die and they get introduced to each other type thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That'd be cool.
And then the third, he just goes all out helping Batman beat the
adopts him. Yeah. That'd be good. By the way, Franklin Richards, kid actor. This is a kid actor I'd like to see more on screen, and that ever since the Adam Project. That's Walter Scobell.
Yeah,
I would love to see him in the.
Oh
MCU. That kid is a phenomenal young actor.
Yeah,
he's got a bright future ahead of him.
He is. I just hope he don't end up as a Haley Joe.
Yeah, I hope not either. But man, for the way he portrayed a young Ryan Reynolds. And like, have you like watched some of his interviews? Like off screen, he's good, man.
I don't know if that's one of those where like the parents are like, or is he just like naturally that gifted? Right. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for. Is he's just really that gifted?
Didn't he just do a movie with Owen Wilson too, on like Paramount?
Probably.
I don't know.
No, I think you're right.
I can't think of the movie name. I remember when you said the name Walker, like, oh God, I think
it's called Secret Headquarters.
that's it. There you
Yeah. Yep.
go.
That's the only two things he's ever done so far. But for those being his first, he's came out of the gate strong for such a young age.
Or definitely.
Just remember, they can only work like 3 to 4 hours a day on set, something like that.
Really.
Actually, I think he's also supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be Percy Jackson for the TV.
Is he gonna be the new Percy Jackson?
Yes, he's gonna be the new Percy Jackson. Yes,
Nice.
He's gonna
Good
make
for
now
him.
that I remember him being in the Adam Project. Now I think he's gonna be a great Percy Jackson. Percy
Yeah.
Jackson,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
all-time
Yes.
favorite book series, and when the movies came out, I was like, "Come on, man, why are you doing this?"
I want to see him. I want to see him in the MCU. Like I don't
Absolutely.
care. I don't know what, but like I
Let
would
him
love to see
mature.
him in the MCU.
Let him mature.
Yeah.
You want to know something else about Percy Jackson? Lance Reddick is playing Zeus in the show.
Yep, I
Really?
did hear that and see
Yeah.
that. Yep.
He's gonna be Zeus for like the first season. They got like Edge to be Ares. They got
Edge.
They got Edge from WWE to play Ares.
Yeah.
What the?
Probably perfect. They
No,
got
no, you don't understand.
What?
He's used to
What?
playing like these Viking type characters. He's been on
Yeah.
Vikings in several shows. I can see Edge actually coming in and knocking this out the park.
I think they got Lin-Manuel Miranda too as like
Hermes.
Hermes. Yes,
He,
Hermes.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who Hermes. And
Nailed it.
I'm really excited for whenever Percy Jackson comes out, and I'm gonna scream my head off. And probably when it comes out, I'm probably gonna reread the first book because I just love it.
I'm gonna do a movie marathon. Dude, that's what I'm gonna do.
I just bought my son the whole book set of them.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Did you get the big bot set?
Yep, I got it from Sam's Club.
Nice.
Nice.
And Rick
That's one of those cool finds that you can run across sometimes.
Right.
Rick
Mhm.
Riordan, he's still writing like in that world.
Mm.
He's an
I don't
amazing
think he'll ever leave that world, though. To be honest,
I
It's like
wouldn't.
his bread and
What
butter.
was y'all's opinions on the two movies that were done of that?
Honestly, I didn't think they were that bad. The
I
live
didn't
action,
either.
They weren't
I-
terrible. I liked them.
They weren't terrible.
were.
They were pretty much. They gave you the book. I mean, there was some stuff left out, of course, because you can't put a
The
book on the
first-
screen, really. But at the same time,
Lord of the Rings did.
I feel like
Yeah.
the second one
Yeah.
had more. I feel
Yeah.
like the second one had a more fitting tone with the books, like because it came off a little bit more silly and a little more comedic, especially with like when they had like Nathan Fillion as Hermes and like. But the first one had a little bit more serious tone, which I didn't. But and also they had the gods when they describe the gods in the books, they have them like outlandish and like like outfits because Poseidon's supposed to be wearing like Hawaii t-shirts and a long beard.
And we get Liam Neeson as Zeus.
Are you right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
Talk about casting choices. Let's go.
You just throw Liam Neeson in something, and he'll just give him a
That's it.
script. He'll do it.
Yeah.
and that was like he already played Zeus in Clash of the Titans and Wrath.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep.
But
Clash of the Titans was so goddamn good. And
I like
underrated as
Titans a
fuck.
lot. I like Clash of the Titans more than Wrath, but Clash of the Titans was great for sure.
Cash money.
And I did like who they cast for like the core three from Percy Jackson, Logan Lerman, Alexandria Daddario, and Brandon Jackson.
Oh yeah, that was Alexandria Daddario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had her be brunette in the first and then blonde in the second. But still, I didn't mind that little aspect because I thought she was great.
Hey, she rocked the shit out of that blonde.
She rocks the shit out of anything.
The bikini and Baywatch? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, when apparently Mayfair Witches.
Really?
She's in that, and from what I've heard, it's supposed to be really good.
I got some movies to watch.
No, that's I think that's a series. It's not a movie.
Oh,
that's
really?
a series. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
For Witches?
Mayfair Witches, yeah.
Yeah. It's
I tell you what.
A&E. It's not out yet, though. I don't think. I think it's set to drop this year, though.
I mean, I tell you, speaking on the Batman deal again on Christopher Nolan's series, you know how we got Joseph Gordon-Levitt kind of teased toward the end. I mean, I wish they would have continued to spin off of that. Like you give us like a Nightwing or something of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because he's a great actor.
Dude, he can rock it too. He's got the build.
Yeah, he's lean but cut.
Yep.
You know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he is my pick for a live action Tommy Vercetti. If you played Grand Theft Auto Vice City, he would be my pick for B Tommy.
Yeah, I can see that too. But give me Nightwing first, damn it.
That's true. That's true. And they actually are making Vice City into a TV series. 50 Cent is executive producer.
Yeah,
right. Really nice.
And that's low key stole my idea, but that's all right.
It's 50. It should be done right.
I'll write San Andreas. No biggie.
I mean, you got 4 more because we'll get a movie about that before we get part 6 of the video game. So
and in them too, San Andreas.
Yeah, 90s is more of my alleys anyway. I can't speak on 80s. I haven't lived it.
I grew up in the 80s. Does that count?
Jeff can write it.
I was born in the 80s, barely.
I was
November of '89.
I disqualify myself since I was so.
Yeah, Cam is late 90s.
I'm the youngest out of all of us. Like,
how old are you?
29 this year.
Oh, okay.
How old are you, Blake?
33.
33, and Deontay, you're what? 32, 33?
31.
30. I thought Deontay was younger than me for some reason. He just looks younger than me. It's also the beard, I know, but still.
Jeff is the youngest.
Exactly.
We all know this.
True. He dyes his beard gray.
I'll tell you what, I had gray hair. I got my first gray at 16. By the time
Did you really?
I started turning. It's a heredity, man.
I'm starting to get gray hairs in my beard, just like
for my beard, like any chance I would get while I was still in to grow my beard out, it would come in like this real nice red and blonde. And by the time you retire, it's like it first came in, I was like, oh, I still got some red in there, cool. And it was like, yeah, fuck you, dude, gray.
Yeah,
definitely like just brunette, just like maybe a little bit of like blonde. I don't know. I might be a little.
Mine was like it was like red, and then like right through the middle was like this blonde and like gray, like blend, and then all of a sudden it was just like boop, gray.
And like it started out with salt and pepper, and then it just went full on. Yeah,
that's what everybody in my family does, man. We go salt and pepper, and then boom, gray. But we don't lose our hair, so fuck y'all.
I didn't know if you're like preparing for a Gandalf role or anything. So,
dude, they want me to play Gandalf. I'm down. I don't think I got. I'm 6'1". I don't think I have the height. I think Gandalf might have been a little taller. Or at least he appears a little taller on camera.
I mean, how tall was Ian McKellen when he played Gandalf?
I don't know. How tall is Ian? That's a good question.
Tom Hardy's like 5'8", and he played Bane.
Yeah.
Or what? No, he's shorter than that.
Ian McKellen's 5'11".
5'11". So I'm good. I can play him. I can play him. I just need about 6 more inches on my beard, and I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can be Gandalf the Grey.
Hey,
and Dumbledore.
For Comic-Con in the fall, you could literally come to Cape, and by then you could grow it out probably.
Ooh, that's true.
Well, I'm about to do my summer cut.
Cosplay.
Well, then cut it like as soon as you feel you can, and then just let it grow until the fall.
Well, that's what I do. I cut it at the beginning of summer, and then I just let it regrow for the winter. And then
you should just braid that, do some Viking stuff.
I could. I'm almost to that point.
That's what my friends want me to do. Like, just grow it out as long as possible if it can, and just braid it along with my hair. Like, it just not cut it or shave it. I don't think I could do that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It threw me off. We're friends on Facebook, and your profile picture does not look like you at all.
I know.
Well, and so like. One day
he hasn't changed his profile picture since he was 16.
Well, I was like, the name before we went to the movies and stuff. I was like, man, I keep seeing you pop up. I'm like, name sounds familiar. And then I think
I was the same way.
But I was like, who is this guy?
Camera.
I'm not the most photogenic person. I feel, but yeah, and when because the photo profile is like when I was meeting Jason Narvi, but yeah, I guess I think it was probably shorter then. So yeah,
we got to interview him there that year actually.
He's so great. He's so nice.
Is so cool. He gave me so much advice.
Smart guy too.
He's
Very smart guy.
Absolutely, man. I asked him like about him and like the guy who plays Bulk and just like it was so nice, like really.
Yeah, I got a picture of him at the last Cape Comic Con.
Who's going to be at the Cape Comic Con this year?
Well, hopefully Ming will be back this year.
I'm sure Ming probably will be. He comes almost every time now.
This last year was the second time around, right?
Yeah, it's the second. Yep.
Okay, so this will be the third this year.
Yeah. I mean, we talked to him last time, and every time we mentioned, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll probably be back."
Yeah, he said he loves Cape, like he loves coming through here. So yeah.
That's my boy.
We went out drinking last time, and we was in, and man.
Oh yeah.
You talking about somebody who likes to drink?
I was out there with him too. Like he definitely knows how to throw back.
Yeah.
I don't know who else. They might try to. If anything, they'll probably try to get someone from the Power Rangers, like anything.
Yeah, dude. Hit up even the Pink Ranger is starting to do the tours again.
Mm-hmm.
The original Pink Ranger.
Amy Jo Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Blake's not telling. Blake is not.
Did you get Amy Jo? Dude, that smile says everything. Or did you get the blue? I know. The original Blue Ranger. He comes out like you send him an invite 9 times out of 10 he's in.
Right. We've had Walter there, and played the original Ranger Zach.
Okay, yeah. I think he was actually at GalaxyCon this year.
Really?
I met Walter Jones at Comic-Con a few years ago. He's super nice, and I had a photo with him. Yeah, and it's wild to think that him and David, after all these years, are coming back for Once and Always.
Dude, that's gonna be so good.
I know,
so dope, man.
So
we had Catherine Sutherland there at our last toy show too.
Oh, okay.
That's right, yeah, and that was like a week or two after like Jason David Frank, like what happened with him.
Yeah.
So
when was the
this
last
year,
time you guys had Catherine? Catherine was like a couple years ago, wasn't it?
No. We were supposed to have Catherine, I think 2 years ago, and then something to do with COVID, she rescheduled. And then actually something I think with a scheduling conflict, so she redid it again. And so she showed up actually at our Cape Toy Show we had.
But yeah, I remember that year too. It was when Jason came, and in her place, I can't remember her name. She was the pink Time Force Ranger that was there that year too.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Then we had Nakia Baris. She was there this past year too. She was right beside me, actually.
That's right. Yeah.
So I was at GalaxyCon yesterday, and last year's GalaxyCon I did all 3 days because they had like tons of comic book vendors. Like it was outrageous the amount of comic books you could find. This year there might have been 3 vendors doing comic books. I was so fucking disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like the premier con up here in Richmond. And this year it was a lot of anime. They had more celebrities this year. I mean, it was a lot of people. Like it's probably the biggest one they've ever had.
But still, yeah.
And it's still in the same space. They need to expand it a little bit. But I was just like, damn. But I did meet Nathan Zerdy. He does he's a comic book guy. And he brought out his secret exclusives, which was Cammy this year from Street Fighter.
Oh, okay.
And he also did mystery boxes this year. If you did them in advance, I missed the advance on that, so I didn't worry about it. But I did see he posted on Facebook, like, "Hey, I'll see everybody tomorrow." And then somebody asked a question. I didn't even think about asking the question. And somebody was like, "Hey, are you bringing anything special with you?" He's like, "I got a couple of secrets you got to ask for." So he brought it was a Cammy from Street Fighter. So I had to run over to CGC, grab the CGC guys, run back over to his desk, like, "Hey, all right, here's my money," and then run back over to CGC, do the paperwork, and then I came running back and talk to him a few minutes and see what else he was working on.
Yeah,
but
Blake,
check out his site though. He's got some really good stuff on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Blake, were you Captain America at the last con?
Yeah, I got 3 different cosplays of Captain America. Like I've got the not the Nomad suit, but the one with the black star. You know, when they were gone for a while. Yeah. And then I've got the first event, not the first Avenger, Captain America, the
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier. I got the Winter Soldier one, and then I have the one from the second Avengers, I believe. That he was in. And then I got President Loki that I did last year too. Yeah.
So there was a really good President Loki cosplay there yesterday. There was a really good cami there yesterday. Like really good. Like borderline almost like, girl, go put some clothes on.
Yeah.
There was a guy at this last year's Cape Con. Actually, of someone I went to school with, I'd hardly ever seen in a good while. He had this amazing like Zorro like cosplay, like dyed his hair green, like the scar and just like the swords. And he had, I think his girlfriend or his wife with him. She was Nico Robin. They both looked amazing.
That's crazy. I met Danny at that con. I didn't meet Blake yet. I saw his cap suit.
You met me at this last con.
I met you at the last con.
Me and Thomas.
So it's end of September, right?
End of September, 1st of October. Yeah.
Yeah. If you, if you
I want to come out, but the problem is my daughter's birthday is on the 3rd of October. So it's one of those where I would literally have to fucking hustle the fuck.
So I'm pretty sure this year will be September 29th, 30th, and October 1st.
Okay, so I might be able to do it.
Then you're solid. But yeah. But there were a lot of Demon Slayer like cosplays this last year too. Like I saw 12.
That's the problem with GalaxyCon now is it's gone away toward the more anime, more the celebrity guest manga. I mean, they still have all the Star Wars stuff, the droid divisions, all that stuff is still out there, but it was just so convoluted with manga and that kind of stuff. Nothing against it. Right. It 100% belongs there. But it's one of those where if that's the direction they're going in, I kind of wish they would do okay, we're going to cut it in half, right? Give me a comic book and action figure day or a separate entity, and then give us like your GalaxyCon that you normally have with all of those celebrities. Because I wanted more comic book writers, more comic book artists, more comic book fucking vendors. I mean, they had like the Punisher, one of the Punisher writers there. One of a guy there that did Vampirella and a few others. Which I forgot he was going to be there. Otherwise, I would have dug out a bunch of my Vampirella stuff and got him to sign it with a witness, so I could get it CGC verified.
You should have got your life size one signed.
That's coming to y'all, man. Once y'all are in the new studio, that's coming to you.
So it's going to be a little bit longer before we get in the actual studio. We've found a new location. I was telling Deontay earlier, and it's like prime real estate. Like
keep a look.
Super pumped.
If you're willing to share, or like if you see something else for like us, like keep an eye out. Like please.
Absolutely.
What the fuck is going on with copyrights?
Yeah, if you write a comment from like the admin's side of StreamYard, it just drops from every platform.
Speaking of cons and stuff, this weekend at Anime Con, we're having voice actor Morgan Berry here.
Yeah, seen that.
And Rick Robertson, and then Disney's Encanto Adassa, who plays Dolores.
She's adorable.
Oh man, she's great.
She looks so fiery in her.
And what's great about her is like you get like these celebrities and these voice actors. They just come as themselves. They sign autographs. They're cool, great people. But she actually dresses up as Dolores. Yes.
Yeah, I seen that.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, you haven't seen her.
The little video she's coming to Cape. Yeah.
Dude, go watch that. It is amazing. I haven't seen it yet. It is amazing.
What? Look that up. I saw the Rick Robertson just now.
Yeah, and
Dolores' voice.
And she's more of a singer than an actual actress, because Encanto was what, like her first like
it's a musical.
Yeah. It's a good one too. I love cartoons.
Dude, she looks like she would just be a fun person to hang out with. I'm jealous of y'all, so I hope y'all really enjoy it.
We'll let you know that.
Well, hopefully we'll get the chance to say hi to her for sure.
Well, dude, I mean, literally, the owners, dude. If you don't meet her, that's on you because you know
You're
the
right, it is on
owners.
us. If
I know a guy.
If I don't try to,
I may know the same
That's on me.
guy.
Yeah.
They might have visited us a few times on this show.
I may have been on their show 2 weeks ago,
True. This is true.
which was a great time, Blake. By the way,
Yeah, we're
Can't
glad
can't wait
you're
to come
on.
back.
Any of y'all, anytime, let us
I'm
know.
more than happy to come on whenever too.
See,
I
Cameron
don't
would
care.
be
Yeah.
good.
It-
Ben's like, I
li-
am the guy. We know, Ben. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, Cam, literally, if let me find out, make sure we don't have another guest. You want to be on this Wednesdays, you're more than happy to be.
Absolutely,
Boom.
yeah.
There you
I'd
go.
love to.
Awesome.
I still haven't met Ben yet.
Flake's the only person I've met from Comically Inclined. No, Ben, no, you and Brittany, because
Oh yeah,
even though she's not
Brittany,
part with
the
it,
other,
she Brittany's coming to Cape Anime to help out too. Like she lives like almost 2 hours away from us.
Oh, okay.
oh,
And then
okay.
and so her full primetime job was just taking so much time. She wasn't able to keep coming down on the podcast and stuff.
Right,
which-
yeah, I remember.
So,
her-
but like she still helps out on things behind the scenes, and she's one to
That's
help us out
awesome.
at all of our shows and stuff like that. So
Was she the one I kept hearing talking when I was on? Who else was there? I know.
oh yeah, I think Brittany chimed in real quick. And
Yeah,
then got
yeah.
off or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, Ben's great though. We had the podcast going, I think, for almost a year before I got to meet Ben, because
What?
Ben lives like in Chicago. So,
oh,
yeah.
I just got back from Chicago.
Ben's going to be
Alive.
at Cape. Ben's going to be
Alive.
at Cape Anime this weekend.
oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
We'll have to. Both our
Dude,
podcasts will have to formally meet. Like,
Go get
just like-
tacos and beer, and that's how you do it.
Ben
yeah.
is the better looking brother.
Or
So-
how Ben bring you out deep dish from Chicago.
Bring some Harold.
Yes, but
Bring
yeah,
some
bring
Harold,
a
Ben.
couple of pies from
So-
Chicago. I've always wanted to try Chicago.
You can order
pies.
them online and get them delivered to your house. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you can.
from Chicago to Cape.
From Chicago.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
what has it been, that company? Because we ate at one of them actually. But yeah, they'll ship it straight to your house.
Yeah. Trust me, I do it.
Ooh.
Wow. No, I believe you guys. It's just I didn't think that from like
He said he'll bring pizza.
that's
There you
like
go,
an
man.
8 hour. That'd be
Yes.
like an 8 hour delivery, wouldn't it? Like,
So? And you're complaining? Pop that
no,
shit
I'm not
in the
complaining. I'm just like
microwave.
thinking logistically, but then again, why should I be thinking?
Trust me, that's the one pizza that you could pop in the microwave and it will still come out just as juicy as it was before.
True.
Save room for the ramen eating contest too.
Yes,
Right,
we're doing
the
a
ramen eating
panel of the
contest.
ramen eating contest.
Yeah, you
What's
did that-
crazy, this is our first year doing this, and man, people went insane. Like, we actually had to cut off people signing up because that many people wanted to that already.
Really? So
Yes.
how many people are actually signed up for it?
I could be wrong, so don't hold me to this, but I want to say 16.
16.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was expecting like 20 for some reason, or like something high.
Giordano's where we ate at last time, and they're
Yeah,
the ones that
Giordano's
will-
is so good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I will try that next time I go to Chicago, which is
Mm.
about a month or two from now.
Well, you
can
probably
order
try
it.
it this coming weekend.
Hop
He's
on the
probably gonna bring
website.
some.
Dude, Google it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
wow.
You will find it.
if there's any left over, give them to us.
You can get like 3 for 50 or something like that. It's
Oh,
a little
speak-
pricey,
speak-
but it's worth it.
So
just pop 'em in the-
actually,
Oven.
I don't know if y'all want to think about this, but like we're setting up at Fan Expo Chicago this year again and doing a live podcast there like we did last year.
Okay.
So and that is in August. So
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
I got-
y'all got plenty of time to plan a trip, guys.
I got
I mean,
Tidewater
like
Comic-Con coming up in Virginia Beach in
Mm.
April, I think.
what's the date for Fan Expo in Chicago?
Let me look it up real quick. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, also we're going to have a live Hapkido demonstration too as a panel there at Cape Anime. That's going to be a
Nice.
first
I
time
remember
this year
reading
as
that,
well.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gonna be in that, Blake?
No, not yet.
Blake said they don't want these hands, man.
It is August 10th through the 13th.
10th to the 13th. Okay.
Ooh.
We might be able to get free at least, like you, me, Thomas, like Will if he's up for it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fun, man. Chicago's a
Fan
great time.
Expo. Oh
It's
my
massive. It is massive. So we set up at which is no more now, but last year we set up at Chicago Fan Expo and we set up at St. Louis Fan Expo, which St. Louis they're done now.
Yeah.
So
God. Right. So
But,
Chicago is it.
Yep. It's a good time.
We can definitely talk more about it, but if Deontay's game, I'm game for sure.
I'm definitely with the shits.
I mean, it's only like a 6. I think it's like a 6-hour drive, 6.5 hour drive.
Yeah,
Definitely not
Chicago's a long
this
drive.
year, but next year, I'm probably going to do my plan. I want to do 3 different Comic-Cons where I live stream all 3 the entire weekend as a part of
cool.
Saturday Night Nerds.
That'd be cool.
Fat
We're trying to
drops,
set
the
that
whole
up now,
9.
too. Absolutely. We're working on getting on like a tablecloth that we can use. So I'll probably send you the artists and you can get a tablecloth from them too. But they should already be paid for.
My boy. Y'all see my boy back there? Hey, Toby.
I literally thought like the tail was like a head of hair for a second.
No.
It's too black.
Oh my gosh.
The cat.
Oh, also next weekend is also WrestleMania 39.
So next weekend, like,
No gimmicks, baby.
Make no fucking plans whatsoever.
Other than Cape Anime Con.
Yeah.
Oh, Cape Anime is this Saturday and then next Saturday.
Well, it's WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday.
No. WrestleMania is next Saturday and Sunday. They're
First and second.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been since COVID.
In LA.
Part
And
2,
on top of that, we have GCW, Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor that weekend. And there's like 2 more I can't think of off the top of my head. It is like ever since COVID and WrestleMania went to a 2-night affair, it's become a week of just like wrestling everything, and it's phenomenal.
I think that makes it better. I think that's like done a big service.
I really do. It does. It gives fans an opportunity to see it that may not get to see it because it's so expensive. It really is expensive.
Oh, absolutely. Just any seats, be it up front or nosebleed seats, because it's WrestleMania.
So I last year had the honor and privilege of being in Dallas, Texas, with out there where Kelvin lives, and he took me to night 2, and I went to see Ring of Honor on Friday night. The first Supercard of Honor, and dude, it was for me. It's bucket list items growing up as a child, being a huge fan of it. So get to go to WrestleMania night 2 with him, like with one of my brothers from another mother, like legit. Like I love that dude to death. And getting it, I haven't seen his kids since they were like really little too. So seeing his kids all grown up a little bit and shit. He's about to graduate high school. He's got a car.
It was just a core memory.
It really is. Like there's some, So it's like forever implanted in my head. And I bought them T-shirts. I bought them all kinds of shit, man. I was like let's get it.
Just going to
he wouldn't let me pay for a ticket, so it was like, well, I want to do something. I'm buying kids everything they want, because that's my brother, man. I love
love and respect,
Absolutely.
of course.
Yeah,
I didn't grow up with wrestling like a lot of people did. I got into it like just the last couple of years. Now I'm just a fan for sure.
So you came in for it at the right time, though. The last couple of years, it's kind of
probably I think WrestleMania 2018 when they were in New Orleans. I think that was around the time because that was also when Ronda Rousey like signed on too. So that was around the time I really got into it. But yeah, I've been a fan for sure. Like Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and like now Cody Rhodes back, and just yeah, that's definitely one of them.
That's for another podcast though on the Dat Feeling Network.
No gimmicks. Shout out to No Gimmicks. Shout out to everybody on that Feeling Podcast Network. So I got to get with Willie and Kelvin to see if they're still doing a Smoke Pit episode this Friday. So be on the lookout for that. That is the network that Saturday Night Nerds is on. So
they might, but I don't know. They might do a special No Gimmicks as well.
Yeah,
them and Frankie D. So we'll see.
So that's going that. Torn between Cape Anime and WrestleMania.
All right, we got to be wrapping it up. Will's yelling at us in the comments.
Yeah, get out. It's over 3 hours now.
Yeah, we got to set
we just enjoy talking, man.
it gets carried away, but we have a good time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I can do this all night long.
Dude, like no shit.
I can do
Like,
this
no
all
shit.
day.
All right,
Yeah.
announcements time.
Yes, Blake, pretty much.
You're our guest, Blake. You get to go first on announcements.
Comically Inclined. What do they got?
Yeah, let's say we just kind of did talk Cape Anime. April 1st and 2nd.
Plug.
Just named all them off a while ago, so we got that coming up. Then June 3rd and 4th, we also have kind of a different nerd deal, the Cowboys and Camping Outdoor Show.
I kind of want to go to that. Not gonna lie.
4EJ Smith plays Lloyd on Yellowstone's going to be there. My Music Fest company is providing live country music for those 2 days. We're going to have a kids area, a whole bunch of stuff, food trucks, vendors, cornhole tournament. And then Comically Inclined, man. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Gather a podcast, talk about the latest rumors and leaks and news that's coming out. We keep up with that weekly. Then we have a segment called Top 5. We pick a subject of what we want to do top 5 of, and we kind of go through those. And then, I think that's pretty much it right there. That's what we got going on, like presently.
Man.
I'm down, man. I'm down. I got to catch this week's rumor mill since you dumped the clip on this episode. We'll see what you got next for Wednesday coming up.
Man, I love that's my favorite thing. I think that's why they kind of let me do that, because I get so pumped and excited about the latest rumors.
That's like one of the best parts of it is watching you just like start going on it, dude.
And Blake covers them all.
Yeah, he does. He
try
writes them down so you don't forget them.
Yeah, well, I don't want to forget. But that's kind of my life now. I mean, if I don't write it down or put it in my calendar, I'm forgetting it, because I'm getting at that age. I guess the memory's just
dude, it does
out the window.
Cameron, anything?
Not a whole lot, other than just like Blake said, Cape Anime Con, and apparently catch me on this Wednesday for the night of Comically Inclined.
Yeah,
don't forget.
Yes,
don't forget. Which you let me know when I need to.
Danny will hit you up.
I'll let you know in the morning. Yeah, and then if it's open, then I'll let you know in the morning.
Hopefully they give you more heads up on what the top 5 is going to be, so you have more than an hour to prepare.
I'll let you know what the top 5 would be tomorrow, actually. So
right on.
Yeah. Okay, that way you get a couple of days. Yeah.
But
I got an hour and I still killed it, so you'll do.
Yep.
You'll do.
And Ben, that's in the comments now. Will be in the comments then, fact checking everything and keeping everybody.
Fact checker extraordinaire.
I'm pretty good with my facts too, so we'll see if he can. I can get up with him.
Like, you say anything wrong, Ben will know.
I stutter sometimes, so I'll try to keep it straight. If he can keep up with me, I can keep up with him.
That's right.
Deontay, man, on to you, man. What do we here at Saturday Night Nerds have going on?
So Cameron is also our game show host for the panel that we got coming up this Saturday.
You better be rocking a suit and a skinny mic.
Yeah.
Skinny mic, my Star-Lord jacket, just trying to look fresh. And
Steve Harvey cosplay.
Dude, you break out a Steve Harvey cosplay, I will lose it. It'll be awesome.
No, all I need is just the mic and just to say the wrong name at the right time.
Yeah, we're pretty much gonna
get boot off stage, man, just like he did.
True that.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're pretty much gonna have like the whole squad there at the panel. So we'll be talking about like the latest anime show releases, maybe show a few trailers as well, and then like discuss like a top 5 anime. I would say best storylines or best series, which either one.
And of like maybe the last decade, like try to keep it tight.
And then we have like we might if we have time. We'll see if we can.
Are you gonna live stream it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we'll have how long will we have for the panel?
Like an hour?
Yeah, I think that panels are an hour window. So
that should be hopefully.
Get me the time. And I'll be backstage with the Google open.
Right on.
I tell you what, there's not a feeling like having a live audience, man. Like there's just no other feeling than actually.
Dude, I wish I could be there.
I'm a little bit excited.
Like
big time
for the comic stuff. Yeah, I can't do the anime and the manga stuff. I'm not like my favorite one is Chainsaw Man, only because it's more recent in my head.
animes are our world, like One Piece, Naruto, Inuyasha,
Yeah,
Full
that's
Metal.
on y'all, man. You want to talk
Yeah.
comic books and comic book storylines? I'm all about it.
I'll talk
Me,
all day
Will,
about that.
Cameron. I think Thomas is kind of light on anime.
I think Thomas was saying he may.
Kimpachi will be here though.
Yeah, Roland Kimpachi, man, he's right there.
Thomas
Yeah,
might be there just like to learn more because he's not into anime as much.
I'm gonna
as we
get
are.
Thomas to show up just to troll y'all in the back as audience.
See, anime with us, like that's kind of more of Danny's area and Ben's
Yeah.
area, not mine. And
Yeah.
so, like, on anime, I'm kind of like just nodding my head and grinning type thing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Now, Comic-Con, Cowboys and camping, that's my wheelhouse. I'm good with that.
Comic-Con for sure. Cowboys and camping, I'm an indoor guy.
Yeah, I grew up on a 40-acre ranch, so like I'm pumped. I mean, that's
There you
I grew
go.
up on horses.
Yeah.
So.
Go back to your roots, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I
And
think
then-
Danny's he's a Tennessee boy, so he'll be out there in all his coveralls and hillbilly glory
Oh God.
with the pink
Oh, man.
mohawk.
Oh,
You
so
gotta-
another thing I don't know if y'all know about this, if you don't mind me plugging in here.
No, plug it
Yeah.
in.
Is I own Flatlands Music Fest. So I had partners. We kind of started this 2 years ago, and my partners, they're a band, and they are actually getting ready to tour 7 states. And they're like, "Hey, we don't have time to actually get put in the effort and time. So let this just be yours." So I'm full owner now of it, and so I'm kind of restructuring the whole thing. It was just a once a year music fest with all genres. So actually, in the fall, we're going to September 15th. We're having our first annual one. It's going to be on a 96-acre farm. You can rent out rooms in this big mansion. It's got like 30 rooms in it, or you can tent camp. But it's going to be more like a country blues folk thing.
Yeah,
and
kind
then
of like Farm Aid.
I guess something like that. We'll have like I'm gonna try to get a yellow. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try to get a Yellowstone actor for that to come out there. I'm trying to get like a big headliner, like a 90s country artist, and then a whole bunch of local. We'll have vendors.
I was just
there.
say, man,
We'll
y'all
have
got some great local guys out there between
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Texas, and Mizzou. Y'all got some great country
But
acts out there.
the place has we'll have a full bar, we'll have alcohol, we'll have like the whole shebang. So then at the beginning of summer, we're gonna do another fest, which will be more of rock and rap. So I'm kind of separating those two up. That way it gives people more than one thing a year to look towards.
Right.
And then maybe do 2 or 3 small music nights a year as well in between those. So Flatlands Music Fest.
That's awesome.
We have
dude.
a Facebook page. So
I have to look that up later.
Send us a page.
Yeah, shoot us a link.
Like it.
All right.
Hey, post up a
for
link
you-
on the Saturday Night Nerds front page, and that way we can all go over and give some love.
Yes.
Yeah, for you, I'm wearing a cowboy hat to this event, and I'm going to be suited up too. So it's
Heck
gonna
yeah,
be-
it'll be a
Mine
great
is-
time. I promise you.
Mine is right back there. I have
Heck
never
yeah.
forgot my roots.
I'm from Missouri and I don't even have a cowboy hat.
I'm
Fucking
getting
slacker.
I'm getting a big gallon too. It's
Hey.
a Big Daddy.
Shoot,
Looks
rodeo
like I'm going
tickets went
full
on
20 gallon. So from Will, Will is going
rodeo
full-time.
tickets went on sale yesterday for the first
Oh,
time. I don't
right,
bought my
right.
rodeo tickets, so
My
Oh,
Ja
God.
Rule and Yi Gang Twins.
yeah, we got Whiskey Myers coming.
dude,
yeah,
that's a great show, man.
Yin Yang Twins are coming, and
Mhm.
Ja Rule,
Yeah.
Whiskey
Right.
Myers, Riley Green, and some guy I've never heard of, something Matt Denning or something like that.
So
Absolutely.
from Will in the comments on the admin side of the house, he's going to start twitching full time except Wednesdays.
Okay.
Except Wednesdays, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He
Which I think he's kind of been doing any damn way.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who here is gonna stop him?
Not me.
Yeah.
I mean,
More
I
power
still
to
need to
him, man.
learn that shit. I still need to learn. I'm horrible.
Yeah. I'm like, man, as long as you give yourself a day off to rest,
Yeah.
cool, man.
And not doing it like till 3 to 5 a.m. or something.
7 days a week. Whew.
No, thank you. I've already worked hard enough.
Hey, I mean, he's doing it for the greater good of all mankind. I get it.
True.
But
Yeah.
take a day break, man.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But that's all I got for episode 3. Blake, if you're good to go, Jeff,
sir.
Cameron.
Thank y'all for
Yeah,
having
man.
me.
Yeah,
Let's
thank you
wrap her
guys for
up.
staying this with us so long.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for coming out, man. It was a great time. We'll look forward to seeing Cameron come through with
Comically
some
Inclined on Wednesday.
got to. So without further ado, stay blessed,
Adieu.
stay nerdy, and have yourselves a great night. Adieu. You're now watching That Feeling Podcast Network. Shout out to Mac and Mac. And
Yo,
we'll see you
boy.
guys for episode 4 next month.